اور یہ مجلس علماء کی ذمہ داری ہے کہ صرف ایک مسجد کا امام بن کر کے نہ رہے، بلکہ قوم و ملت کو دیکھ کر کے جب دیکھے کہ وہ ادھر ادھر ہو رہے ہیں تو ان کی ذمہ داری کہ ہے ان کو راہ اہل بیت پر ثابت قدم اور یہ ثابت قدم رکھنے کے لیے ضروری ہے کہ پوری ملت کو زبان کے فرق کے بغیر یقیناً کسی بھی زبان میں بولا جائے گا، وہ زبان کا ترجمہ ہو جائے گا، پہچان دیا جائے گا، بتا دیا جائے گا۔ ہم نے زبان کے فرق کو لحاظ نہ رکھتے ہوئے جس زبان کے رہنے والے ہیں، جہاں کے لوگ رہنے والے ہیں، ان سب کو ہم نے بلایا ہے، دعوت دی ہے۔ کیوں؟ اس لیے کہ وہ اہل بیت کے ماننے والے ہیں، ان کو ان کا راستہ بتاتے رہنا چاہیے، انہیں دکھاتے رہنا چاہیے۔ یہ ہمارے لباس کی ذمہ داری ہوتی ہے۔ میرے اندر یہ کمی ہے کہ میں یہاں کی زبان نہیں بول سکتا ہوں اور مجھے یہ احساس ہے، مگر چونکہ ایک عہدہ میرے ساتھ میں لگا ہوا ہے، اس عہدے کی ذمہ داری ہے کہ یقیناً میں جس زبان میں بھی بولوں گا یہاں کسی نہ کسی طریقے سے ان کی زبان میں بات منتقل ہو جائے گی، بات پہنچ جائے گی۔ کہیں آخرت میں ہمارا دامن پکڑا نہ جائے کہ تم لباس پہنے تھے اور قوم کی ہدایت کے لیے کچھ کیا نہیں۔ عزیزان گرامی، مجلس علماء اگرچہ شہروں میں پھیلی ہوئی ہے، مگر جن بزرگوں نے اس کی بنیاد رکھی ہے، کم سے کم علماء کو جمع کیا، اور جمع کرنے کے بعد اب ان کی ذمہ داری ہوتی ہے کہ قوم اور ملت کو ایک پلیٹ فارم پر جمع کرتی رہے اور انہیں اہل بیت سے منسلک رکھے، جوانوں کو، نسلوں کو دیکھے، اور یہ اس کا پہلا قدم ہے۔ اور انشاءاللہ اگر ایسے ہی آپ کے رضاکارانہ طور پر ہماری آواز پر لبیک ملتی رہے گی تو یقین جانیے اس سے بہتر اور اس سے بڑا پروگرام بھی ہوتا رہے گا، اور لگے گا کہ ہم اس ملک میں پھیلے ہوئے نہیں ہیں، پھیل کے بھی سمٹے ہوئے، سمیٹ کے رکھنا اور ان اہل بیت کے تعلیمات کی روشنی دکھاتے رہنا ہماری ذمہ داری ہوتی ہے، تاکہ احساس نہ ہو کہ ہمارے بچے اور ہماری نسل یہاں آ کر کے کہیں گم ہو رہی ہے، کھو رہی ہے۔ نہیں، انہیں پکڑے رہنا اور انہیں راہ اہل بیت پر چلانا۔ ہمارا کام ہے آواز دینا، آپ کا کام ہے لبیک کہنا۔ یقین جانیے کہ یہ قوم منتشر نہیں ہوگی، ایک ساتھ رہ کر کے راہ اہل بیت کو دیکھے گے بھی، چلے گے بھی اور منزل پہ پہنچے گی۔ اس لیے ضرورت ہے اور ہماری ذمہ داری تھی۔ انشاءاللہ یہ وقت بہت کم ہے، باتیں بہت ساری کہنے کی ہیں، بہت سارے لوگ کہیں گے، مگر خصوصیت کے ساتھ اس موقع پر جو حضرت امام جعفر صادق علیہ السلام شہادت کے ایام ہے، جب دین فرقوں میں بٹ رہا تھا اور بہت سارے فرقے بنتے اور وجود میں چلے آ رہے تھے، یہ حنفی ہو گیا، یہ مالکی ہو گیا، وہ شافعی ہو گیا، وہ فلاں ہو گیا، تو امام جعفر صادق علیہ السلام نے اصل دین کو بچایا ہے، جسے جعفری مسلک کہا جاتا ہے۔ یہ اصل میں مسلک نہیں ہے، اصل دین ہے۔ جب مسلک بن رہے تھے تو بچانے والے کے نام سے جعفری مسلک وجود میں آیا ہے، ورنہ اصل دین وہی ہے، کیونکہ دین آسمانی ہے، بچانے والا اور ہم تک پہنچانے والا بھی آسمانی ہے، اس دنیا کا بنایا ہوا نہیں ہے۔ اس لیے ایسی پروگرام کی ضرورت ہے، بچوں کو لانے کی ضرورت ہے، بچوں کے یہاں تک پہنچانے کی ضرورت ہے۔ میں معمولاً کہا کرتا ہوں اور کہہ رہا ہوں کہ جب اس طرح کے پروگرام ہوں تو بڑے بچوں کو ضرور اپنے ساتھ میں لے کر کے آیا کریں۔ یقین جانیے بچے ہماری زبان نہیں سمجھیں گے، اگر میں انگریزی بھی بولوں گا تو جس لب و لہجے میں بولوں گا اور جس سطح پہ بولوں گا بچے اسے نہیں سمجھیں گے، مگر اہل بیت کے نام پہ آئے ہیں تو خاتون جنت ان کے ذہنوں میں اپنی محبت اتارتی چلی جائے، اور یقین جانیے کہیں سے یہ بچے یہاں آ جائیں گے تو پھر جوان ہو کر کچھ دنوں کے لیے بھٹکے گا بھی تو وہی زہرا پکڑ کر کے یہاں پھر لے کے آئیں گے۔ اور آپ دیکھیں گے کہ جب وہ صاحب اولاد ہوں گے تو یقین جانی ان کے آنکھوں میں آنسو رہیں گے، اور بچوں کے ہاتھ کو پکڑ کر کے وہی نوجوان اپنے بچوں کو اس فرش ادا پر لے کر کے آئیں گے، جو ان کو ہم لے کر کے آئیں گے۔ یقین جانیے قیامت کے دن خاتون جنت بھی ان کے سمیت جو ہے ان کے ہاتھ پکڑ کے جنت کی طرف لے جائیں گے۔ اس لیے ضرورت ہے کہ ایسے مواقع کو فراموش نہ کیا جائے اور یہاں پر ضرور آئیں۔ میں یقیناً مجلس علماء جو یہاں کی ایک آرگنائزیشن ہے، ایک تنظیم ہے، اس نے اپنی ذمہ داری کو سمجھا اور آج بظاہر اس کی صدارت کا عہدہ میرے پاس ہے، اس لیے میں بول رہا ہوں، ورنہ مجھے زبان نہیں آتی ہے، صرف اپنی ذمہ داری کو ادا کرنے کے لیے کہ اکثریت اردو سمجھتی ہے، اتنی بات کہہ رہا ہوں کہ آپ مجلس علماء سے وابستہ رہیے۔ ان کا اپنا خود جو ہے ویب سائٹ ہے اور بہت سارے کام ہو رہے ہیں۔ آج کل جو ہے کہیں بلانے کی ضرورت نہیں ہوتی، ویب سائٹ کے ذریعے سے بہت سارے پروگرام ہوتے رہتے ہیں۔ ہمارے پیچھے ایک بہت بڑی تنظیم ہے جو اور رضاکارانہ طور پر کام کر رہے ہیں، ہم کے بے انتہا شکر گزار ہیں کہ اتنی بڑی یہ کانفرنس اور یہ لوگوں کا بلانا اس بات کی دلیل ہے کہ یقیناً سب لوگوں نے لبیک کہی ہے، لیکن اس کے پیچھے بہت کام کرنے والے لوگ ہیں۔ میں ان سب کا تہہ دل سے شکر گزار ہوں جنہوں نے اس کو منظم کیا، اور بے انتہا مجلس علماء کے تمام ممبروں کی طرف سے شکر گزار ہوں کہ آپ حضرات شریک ہوئے اور علماء کرام بھی شریک ہوئے۔ اللہ تبارک و تعالیٰ ہمیں توفیق دیتا رہے کہ اس طرح کے کام کو تنظیم کے ساتھ پیش کرتے رہیں اور آپ لبیک کہتے رہیں، تو ہم اہل بیت کے راستے کو یاد دلاتے جائیں گے اور آپ کے قدم پر ثابت قدم رہیں گے، منزل تک پہنچ جائیں گے۔ وآخر دعوانا الحمدللہ۔
I just want to add a word of appreciation for Masjid Ali as a whole, the management team, the volunteers. They've been so helpful last 3 to 4 weeks. We've been here multiple times as a team, and they've been working day and night to make this event possible. Salawat for everyone involved, please. Unfortunately, I will have to mention some of those registration numbers because it's getting serious out there. So there's a Toyota Silver BJ70 JUA, that's blocking. Also Audi KW13 CPE, a Hyundai BB19 XSR, and also a Honda LK14 KZF. Please move your cars as soon as possible. Okay, without further delay, we're about 4 minutes off time, so we need to patch this time back up, inshallah. I would like to actually, before I invite, there's a video to play. Can the media team please play the video for Majlis Shia Europe? So now that we have seen this brief video, which summarizes the history of Majlis Ulama since its inception till now, we now like to invite Brother Misam Raza, a integral member of Majlis Ulama's R&D team. Also, he was the lead project manager for this particular event. So please recite the last salawat and invite Brother Misam Raza to the stage.
Respected scholars, speakers, scientists, sisters and brothers, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Imams Legacy. I'm one of the volunteers working for Ambrose. I've worked with Ambrose for over 10 years now, alhamdulillah. And I'm honored to present the organizational structure and services offered by Majlis Ulama Shia. In the agenda, I'll cover some of the departments: education services, Sharia board, Shia house, welfare projects, and how you can get involved with Majlis Ulama and work for that commission. Majlis Ulama Shia is a registered charity. It's an organization of scholars and communities. You have seen the organizational structure, so there is a central cabinet. Within the central cabinet, we have ulama who handle different departments, including education, tabligh, and there's a full list of ulama, as you may have seen in the previous. I'm not going to repeat some of the parts you have seen in the video. In the departments, we have Imamia Council, Imamia Women, Imamia Youth Boys and Girls. Ambrose zones, our centers are affiliated with our zones. R&D team, Sharia board, Moon Society committee, and Shia spouse. I'll start with education. This is one of the core services Majlis Ulama Shia has been offering. Majlis is offering a syllabus for children for age 5 to 6 years up to 16 years, even elder. There are 7 books. Each book covers 4 topics: Aqaid, Fiqh, Akhlaq and History, and we also have a Quranic Qaida. Along with these books, there is an examination board who is responsible to conduct annual exams. These books are suitable for children, as I said, who can read and write from age 5 and 6, and these are being taught in about 40 to 50 centers in the UK and in many other countries as well. Along with these children books, Majlis is offering training for teachers, specifically for madrasa teachers. There is madrasa management training. Many of you may have attended madrasa improvement workshop this morning. Majlis Shia Europe has been organizing online classes for children and adults for last about 4 or 5 years. These classes include MBS books for children, Group 1 to 7. There is one class every day, Monday to Sunday. The Quran classes being arranged for adults and children. The Urdu classes mainly for children. There are Arabic as a language classes for adults and children. There is a dedicated madrasa portal, as you may have seen in the QR code. This madrasa portal is a complete school management system. So you can manage your entire madrasa with this portal. So we have been using it for our children who are studying online. It is being used by many of the centers as well. So centers, management, committees, madrasa admins, if you're listening, if you need any help with the madrasa management, please get in touch. As I said, this is a complete madrasa management system, including online admissions, attendance, staff management, homework, there is library. So it's very comprehensive, web-based portal which we can deploy, compliant with GDPR regulations. Along with this, we arrange annual summer camps. During COVID, we could not arrange physical summer camps, but we managed to have virtual summer camps. So there are QR codes if you would like to get more information. Allow salawat, please. So there is a website address, there is a QR code which you can see. The next slide I have is about R&D team. R&D team is research and development team. It consists of professionals from many different backgrounds. The team is responsible to make strategy, works very closely with the central cabinet. Whenever we are launching a new service or a new project, we start from the strategy. The team is also responsible to design services or to plan the projects, and then the implementation of the projects is also done by the R&D team members. The services are being operated, the many services we are offering on a regular basis. So most of these services are offered by members of R&D team as well. And we do take review, so if you have any feedback, please give us your feedback so that we can improve our services. So on this slide, you are seeing a few of R&D team members who are actually present in the convention today. So there are many more team members working with us. These team members are from different backgrounds, from legal, from health, from IT, project management, business management, etc. Now I would like to touch upon Sharia Board. Sharia Board is a department of Majlis Shia Europe. We are a team of scholars are offering services to our community. These services include Islamic queries, nikah, divorce matters, family counseling, Islamic will, funeral services, Islamic conversion, Shahada certificate. In fact, there was a workshop this morning about Islamic will and its importance. The next one is Shia Spouse, which is a matrimonial matchmaking website. The website is www.shiaspouse.org. Historically, as we are a minority within a minority in this country, the people have approached our ulama to get help for marriages of their children, brothers and sisters. So we started to build a database. We had a static website, findyourspouse.com, but the database grew so quickly that it was not possible to manage it with a static website. So R&D team designed a dynamic website which offers automated matchmaking, advanced search features where profiles can be registered. You can provide details of your profession, education, photos, videos, there is a chat feature as well. The website is free to register, anyone can register. It's mainly for the UK residents, but the service is open globally. So at the moment, we have about 5,000 active members, and about 2,000 are based in the UK. The website offers certain unique features, including Maulana reference, star ratings. The star ratings are directly linked with the completeness and the trust level of the profile. Along with this website, we have a team of matchmakers based here in the UK, working under the supervision of our Ulama and helping families connect with each other and get their children married. Apart from matchmakers team, we have been organizing matchmaking events in the UK. So far, we have organized 4 events in London, 1 in Birmingham, 1 in Nelson, Lancashire. The upcoming event is in London at Al Khoi Foundation on 9th of June. So if you are looking for a spouse or your brothers, sisters, families, do refer it to them. Our slots are getting filled up very quickly. I think more than 30% slots have already been gone within a few days of registration being opened. There is a stall in the marketplace. If you have any queries, please speak to the volunteers. And in fact, they are offering a special discount today. If you register today, then you get 1 month free subscription. It's free to register, but you have to pay only when you have to contact the other party. It's a trusted, confidential website, GDPR compliant. Welfare projects, as Majlis Ulama Shia Europe is a registered charity. It is serving community in the UK, but we are not limited only to the UK or Europe. Alhamdulillah, we have been helping Mu'mineen across the world. We have helped people who were victims of flood and sin in Pakistan. We collected funds, we carried clothes. We have helped our brothers and sisters in Parachana, where our brothers, sisters, Mu'mineen, they were victims of sectarian violence. In Quetta, we help people who were affected during earthquake in Iran. And we regularly provide support to families, needy families, as we collect zakat, fitrah, homes, and other donations as well. We have been raising funds for Gaza. There is a stall for Gaza funds in the marketplace. So if you'd like to donate, please feel free to contact us. A few more. The list is very long, so I've kept it very brief. Child Protection Policies Framework is available in soft copies and hard copies. You can go to Majlis website, which is www.majlis.org.uk. There is a shop, you can find a number of books, activity books, exercises, and these policies there as well. Our brother Jamat has put a lot of effort, nearly 2 years of collecting our information, reviewing, making sure it's compliant with the regulations. This policy is really important. This is for the safety and protection of our children in our centers. And just to make sure that we are also compliant legally. Next one is MGS Job Share Forum, as we are trying to help our community. So there is a dedicated WhatsApp group. You may see the QR code in the slides. Nearly 650 people are already members of this group. Brothers and sisters are helping each other. We have just provided a platform. This is one of the initiatives. We are offering a free CV review service. If you're looking for a job or need help with CV, please contact us. The details are on our website. Apart from this Shia phobia, I would like to mention, if anyone you know who has been a victim of Shia phobia, you can report it to this website. There is online homes calculator, there is prayer timing, there is yearly calendar, there is prayer timing for the month of Ramadan for most of the cities. We are offering DPS check services and the annual convention, and this is just one of the examples of the projects that we offer. Okay, my final slides, how you can get involved. There are a number of ways, brothers and sisters, as I said, Majlis is not just an organization of Ulama, as the name suggests, Majlis Ulama Shia. It is an organization of scholars and humanities. Within R&D team, we have professionals in Imamiya women, Imamiya youth, boys and girls, in our zonal departments, zonal coordinators, the brothers and sisters who have been working with us to offer these services to the community. So you can volunteer as an R&D member, you can volunteer as a Imamiya woman, boys and girls, and you can get involved in projects as well. If you think you can offer your services, whether it's related to design, project management, or any type of service, please feel free to get in touch with us. The other way is if you are unable to offer your services, you can donate. There is a dedicated page. Majlis Ulama Shia Europe has Khumsi Dada from most of the Qur'an. So finally, I have been emphasizing that we need volunteers. There are a number of vacancies open. We require zonal coordinators. We require more people in R&D team so that we can organize more and more events and projects like this. Where we can get together and we can work for the community together. With that, I will conclude my speech. Thank you very much and have a blessed day. Loud salawat.
Inshallah, thank you. These some of the detailed summary. We have managed to catch up with time, which is brilliant news for everyone here. I just want to mention that this event would not have been possible without the support of many organizations. As you've seen, there's 30 stall organizations, and they're still there. If you get a chance to, if you haven't had a chance, please do go. There's some wonderful organizations. But also, we had 5 formal partners to the event. I'd just like to quickly mention them before the next speaker. We had Imam Ali Foundation, Al-Qaid Foundation, the Mainstay Foundation, the Islamic Universal Association, which is Majlis Islami, and Khoj. So, a large salawat for their support on this as well. I'd now like to invite one of our partner organizations. We have a guest from there who is the president of Khoj. That is Brother Salim Rahmatullah. Please come up to the stage to provide us an overview. Salawat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Respected scholars, elders, sisters and brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is an honor to be standing here in front of so many learned people. And please accept this small speech as a humble speech, because I will not do justice to whatever I say in front of so many learned scholars here. So I will try my best to convey the message on behalf of my community for this great event that you have organized. So first of all, on behalf of the Council of European Jamat, our office bearers, and the entire Khoja community, I would like to thank the Majlis Ulama Shia for inviting us and for giving us this platform to express our thanks for this event. A small background of who we are, because many people still don't know about this very small community. So the Council of European Jamats is an organization that holds 16 Jamats across Europe, from Sweden to Switzerland, France, and then UK. And even though we are a very, very small community around the world of approximately 120 to 130,000 members, for one thing that you will know about the Khoja community, alhamdulillah, that we are very, very passionate about our faith. This is something we take great pride in wherever we go. We are determined We are people who want to succeed in every aspect of our lives. And we want better for our community and for the wider Shia world. And this is why I think it is very important that I share whatever success we have achieved with our brothers. Because the biggest strength we have in this room today is the fact that we are all Shia. And we are all followers of Imam Ali Islam. And this is something that cannot separate us from each other. We might be coming from different parts of the world. However, this is something that is always going to keep making us strong. And therefore, it is my duty to share whatever we have learned, the good practices, and whatever we keep achieving with the wider Shia community around the world. Because if you are successful, we are all successful. And as you must have seen, the Khoja community has always been at the forefront of many projects around the world. Like I said, whatever we do, we want to be the best at what we do. And there's a reason for that. I spoke that in many centers because one of the aim for this term for me was to think big. And not to think big for the community from a pride in terms of ego, but for the follower of the Imam who we are, who was the best at everything he did. Whether he was generous, he was the best at his generosity. Bravery, he was the best at being the bravest. The best Sahaba. And you can continue and you would never stop. And this is the message we take from our Imam, that he expects nothing but the best from us. So let's not settle for anything less than the best. When we build centers, when we educate our children, when we empower our people, let's try and aim for the best. It breaks my heart sometimes with everything that's happening around the world at the moment with the conflicts. But when we look at the list of boycotts, for example, one of the things that breaks our heart is how weak we are. We need to up our game, because at the moment we look at the list of things we boycott, we cannot even detach from some of these products because we are so much reliant on some of these things, is because we don't aim to be the best. And I think this is a learning curve. This is fine. We are wherever we are at the moment in the world. But this is a wake-up call for all of us as a community, that never again anybody will make us reliant on whatever, because we will up our games. And inshallah, as Shia community, we will also be the best at everything because we have the best role models. In terms of the Council of European Jamats, I offer you full support to any organizations out there. We have worked with all of you. My community, my umbrella body, the World Federation, we have the Secretary General here, has also been very active around the world. And you know that we work with all of you. We work with centers that are members of college and non-members of college. We have always helped anywhere, anybody we can, inshallah, and we will continue to do so. So please, if there's anything we can do to make this partnership stronger, and more than anything, to make our Shia community the best in the world, please get in touch with us and we will make sure we deliver together. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This segment, we have 25 minutes, and the honorable guests that have joined us, the scholars, I have compiled a handful of questions. 25 minutes would be very difficult for us to go into any details, so I request the honorable guests to keep your answers as summarized as possible. The theme around it, like we said, is around the legacy of Imam Islam. We all know that he's one of our 12 Imams. He is a divine leader. We have strong belief in him. We know that he expounded a lot of knowledge. However, in order to get closer to the understanding of legacy, what has got to us today, I would like to put a few questions to the panel. So I'd like to start with Ulama Uzma Takvi. The question that I would like to start with first is what was the main impact of Imam Sadiq Islam in terms of the understanding of the faith and fiqh that has reached us today?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm sure the learned scholars will be able to shed light on this subject better than me. But because we have to keep everything concise, and inshallah, I'll try to keep my answer short. I think for me personally, when I look at the teachings of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, the greatest impact of his teachings was that up until the time of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, religions had rejected the theories of science because they felt that if we shut the doors of science upon religion, it will help them to live a better, longer life. In the sense that they felt that one day science will replace religion. Even up until the, I think, 17th, 18th century, religions like, bigger religions like Christianity, they didn't accept any of the theories of science because they wanted to keep themselves very unique and they didn't want science to take over. But I think the biggest impact of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, even till today, is that he not only opened the doors of Islam to all the subjects of this world, but he also tried to explain in great detail all the subjects, and he opened the doors in a way of all the subjects to Islam that he narrowed everything down to Islam. He made Islam relevant to everyone. I'll give you just one example. For example, Abu Shakir, he was a scholar of philosophy. He once came and he rejected the existence of God in front of Imam Sadiq Islam. And he made some objections that I don't believe in a God who is the result of our own creation, our own imagination. And Imam Sadiq Islam in return then went into philosophy, chemistry, physics, astrophysics, astronomy, philosophy, business studies, politics. Of course, when he spoke about all the subjects and then gave proofs of God, a person like Abu Shakir was going to listen. And that is the greatest impact of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, that his teachings are relevant even today. Even centuries later, people from all backgrounds of ideology and wisdom and of all kind of knowledge, they're able to relate to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, the teachings of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam.
Jazakallah for the answer and for keeping it concise as well. So to follow on from there, because you mentioned scientific knowledge, so I would like to move on to another question. This one called, how do I say it? So we heard in that example as well, and publicly we hear as well that many scientific discoveries were that we have today or in the modern world were due to the knowledge that was expounded by Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. Could we provide some examples in this session?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I think the era of the time of Imam Sadiq Islam, that time it was a time that many thoughts, many religions were emerging at that time, and especially different sciences had been translated from Greece. So there must be personalities who should answer these questions. Regarding the scientific topics, I should refer to Jabir bin Hayyan. He was the master in nature sciences, in physics, in chemistry, etc. So there are some examples like, as I remember at the moment, Once Imam Sadiq, he said to the Jabir, "O Jabir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created big stars in the universe that they are emerging is so intense energy and the light that the light of the sun is as compared to these stars is zero. While we see that the sun, it is 1.3 million times bigger than the earth. But Imam stated this point. We see in 1960 onward, the scientists they started studying the skies, the galaxies, and before, according to the Einstein's theory, the diameter of the universe was 3 billion light years. This is another point we can analyze on the critical basis, but I don't go to the details. And after that, the scientists they studied it on the distance of 9 billion light years. They are stars. They are emerging too much intensive energy and light. Then on the distance of 12 billion light years. These are the quasars. If you go and see on the YouTube, you will find the answer. Quasars are the stars which are emerging to intensive energy that the light of the sun is equal to them is zero. Imam didn't have any telescope, any other scope, but he had the knowledge of Quran. He had the knowledge of. He is the son of the person who said Saluni Saluni. So was the knowledge inherited by the Prophet. So we can have many other examples as well. So Imam Islam was the person who got time to explain all the questions of that time. So as the sister she mentioned about for example, Abu Shakir al-Islam. Today we have problems. Our generations are going away from the religion. They are becoming atheists. So these debates with 3 atheists in the time of Imam Sadiq Islam, Ibn Abi Awja, Ibn Qaffan, Abu Shakir al-Isani, we can have benefit and we can answer the questions of this era's generation. So inshallah we have to relate ourselves to the knowledge and sciences of the Imam Sadiq.
Exactly, thank you so much. I think if you also want to come on this, we'll come back to you. So we'll go to Ahmed Abbas. Just moving on away from the focus on science. This is a question which I've had for some time, and that is regarding the political situation during the Imam's time. So we're told that there was political turmoil. However, we're also told that that was a period where the knowledge grew the most, the longest period where the knowledge was able to spread. So how do these two things, and on top of that, the concept of faqih that was also around. So on one hand, Imam has freedom to teach 4,000 plus students at one time. On the other hand, there's faqih also happening. If you could just shed some light on that in the next 4 or 5 minutes, that would be helpful.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Send the message because nothing is going to happen through the miracle. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ, it has to be with the system. It's not with a miracle. So Imam al-Islam did not show any miracle, even though he is Sahib miracle. He is Sahib Mu'jiza, but he didn't show any Mu'jiza. He set up everything so later on the people they can follow his footsteps. So here, whenever he used to go to Hajj, he used to express these things. He used to call the people, said, and he always used to say, Ya ayyuhan nas. He never said, Ya ayyuhal muslimun, Ya ayyuhal mu'minun. He used to say, Ya ayyuhan nas. So this system is for humanity, not only for a certain group of people. So he used to say that Muhammad Mustafa was the last of the messenger, and then he put Imam Ali Islam with the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the political, religious, every kind of leadership goes back to Imam Ali Islam, then to Imam Hassan, then to Imam Hussain, then to Imam Zainul Abidin, then to Imam Baqir, and then he used to become quiet. And the people they used to ask, who is the one, who is the Hujjah of Allah now? He said, this is, the person is standing before you, that is Jafar ibn Muhammad. And the other thing, Alhamdulillah, when I was reading yesterday, getting prepared few of the points, I come across one point from Rahman Muslim. The way he explained Taqiyya, I never had this explanation before. But I'm admitting my ignorance. He said, Taqiyya means is a supper or shield. When do we use shield? When we are in the fighting ground. Taqiyya does not mean that cut off from everyone and sit in a khanqah and whatever you want to do it to yourself. Taqiyya means you have a supper, your shield in your hand, and you are hiding your weapon, and you are hiding your ideology, and you are attacking your enemy. So Taqiyya does not mean to save yourself. Taqiyya means is to save the ideology, the religion. Religion, how important the religion is, we see in the movement of Karbala. When a human being can have three things: his wealth, his life, and his dignity and honor. But we see Imam Hussain al-Islam left all the wealth in Medina, all the lives, the very pure blood is spilled in Karbala, and then the dignity and honor of the ladies of the household of Holy Prophet. Everything was given for Islam. So when it comes to Taqiyya, yes, Taqiyya does not mean to sit back. Taqiyya means to stand up and fight. And you are not saving yourself, you are saving the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Brilliant answer, thank you so much. Yes, so if I go back to Sister Ruzman, I think you had one point you wanted to add, and then we'll ask the next question.
Especially when we were talking about the scientific discoveries of Imam Sadiq Islam, just wanted to add that at the tender age of 12, Imam Sadiq Islam, he once famously said that I can't believe a thinker like Aristotle once suggested that there are only 4 elements in this world. So earth, air, water, and fire. What did he say? He said, although we know that earth, air, water, and fire, they are all mixture of elements. This wasn't discovered until the late 18th century from a scientist in France. When he proved it, he finally said, yes, now we know that earth, air, water, and fire, they're all mixture of elements. And Imam also once said that whatever is found in the earth is also found in the body, human body. And he famously said, very beautiful, he presented a theory that 4 elements in our body are found in large quantity, 8 elements are found in small quantity, and 8 elements are found in minute quantity. And now we know that science exactly says that. I'm not going to go into detail about all the names of the elements. And the list is endless.
Thank you so much. If you keep the mic, so we'll move on from there. So now, more from I want to explore the around what's reached us. So we've spoken about many things already, but in terms of actual books that were written at that time, Lala mentioned something like 30,000 books were written during the time of the Imam. Could you just let us know some of the works that have reached us, that are available to us?
The works of Imam Sadiq are so profound that today millions of people around the world, tens of millions of people around the world are proud to say that we belong to the school of thought of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. So that's how much work has reached us. Allama Tabatabai once said that the sayings of the traditions of Imam Sadiq and Imam Baqir alayhi salam are more than the traditions of the Holy Prophet and all the Imams put together. So that's how much work they have done. And other than that, we know that the sixth Imam, he laid the foundations for Islamic jurisprudence. All the work which was done later by other sects, it was due to the teachings of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. And other than that, also Imam once, the work that he did for the Tafsir al-Quran, that's paramount. There are a number of tafsir which are attributed to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. And we also know that the letters that he wrote to his students and his companions, they also had great detail and they have reached us as well. Tawheed Mufaddal, that there's so much detail in that about the creation of the universe, about animals, about human beings. And other than that, we can see that whenever we have something to share or we want to relate something from Islam, we always have a saying of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam.
Thank you so much. We have 8 minutes left. So in these 8 minutes, I'd like to give all three of you one chance on this final question. And that is, Alhamdulillah, we are 12 Shias, and we're proud of that. We're also proud to be known as Jafaria, hence Jafaria Convention here as well. Can you tell us something that we can use to connect to Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam in this time as laymen?
So I think I should point out a point that I have the app has been prepared in Qom in 2-3 years back. This app is by name Jamat Hadith. It has a compilation of 199 Shia Hadith sources and about 600,000 Hadiths. I think according to the narration or according to the saying of Ali ibn Musa لو علم الناس محاسن كلامنا لاتبعونا. This is the time. It is to us and the next generations to deliver this knowledge to the next generations. If only the people they would know about the depth of our words, definitely people will follow us. So it's a time to this knowledge of our dad. Up till now we have in our hands, inshallah, we'll be able to deliver this message to our next generations.
Same question to you, I want to give you the same opportunity. What can we do? So Allah has mentioned that we need to get the words of Imam to the people, including non-Muslims. What else can we do to connect Imam Sadiq Islam?
When it comes to the teaching of Imam Sadiq Islam, nobody will be able to find any loophole in his teaching. So one of the great things is the akhlaq. Akhlaq is the only thing, religion comes after. If I've got so many teachers of mine sitting here, I'm Punjabi mein shararat karne laga hu. So if you please allow me, sometimes we hear within our community that मैं अपनी मिसाल दे देता हूँ आगे साहब से माजरत के साथ राजा साहब जो हैं मुंह के बड़े कड़वे हैं दिल के बहुत अच्छे हैं. Nobody goes into our heart. The very first thing is how we encounter other people, and when we look into the teaching of Imam Sadiq al-Islam, I just give one quick incident. Once Imam was traveling with one of his companions and he saw a mosque. So he went into the mosque, he said 2 rakats tahiyatul masjid, and while he left the masjid, a person behind him running, and he said that you stolen my 500 dirhams. And Imam al-Islam, he made a gesture to his slave to give him 500 dirhams. So this person took 500 dirhams and he went away. After a while, this person came back again. And he said that I'm sorry that I found my 500 dirham, but why did you say you didn't steal it? If someone claims something with me, like pata jayega phir. But we see the teaching of Ahlul Bayt, and especially when it comes to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, these are the teaching of every single Imam. But when it comes to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, then first is the akhlaq, and the other thing, how to create akhlaq within ourselves, that is the spirituality. We have one great hadith which is by the name of Hadith Ulama Basari. Wonderful hadith. Most of the urfat, they never take any person as their student until they ask that have you practiced Hadith Ulama Basari? It's a very short hadith which hardly takes about 2 or 3 minutes to read. But I've seen so many commentaries on these hadiths. So, inshallah, if we go into the seerah of Imam alayhi salam, akhlaq is one of the things. And then when it comes to knowledge, one of the book which a sister mentioned, I just want to bring that book back. That is Hadith al-Mufaddal. Alhamdulillah, this book is available in Urdu, English, Persian, and of course in Arabic. I've seen in 4 languages. It's a wonderful book, wonderful work. And this is something which we need to go into, understand. Then if we understand ourselves, then comes the hadith of the Holy Prophet, Man arafa nafsahu faqad arafa rabbah. If you know yourself, then you know your Lord. And if I know myself, then I know that every single thing which I encounter, that is the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Creation has different stages. Stones, they are this creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Plants, animals, human beings, angels, jinns, everything belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And these teachings come from Imam Sadiq al-Islam, and inshallah if we follow, we will see the nur, the light is filling up our lives.
Thank you so much. Yes. Pass it back to Alima Osman Takbi for the final word. So we have 2 minutes. Same question to you. Just for my understanding, inshallah, for the other guests as well. So in order to take the akhlaq from the Imam and the other knowledge that has been mentioned, is it that the layman, including myself, should we be reaching out to the hadith books? So we now, in these days, we're lucky to have the internet. There's lots of sources, alislam.org and many other websites, Fakalain, they have books of Al-Kafi and everything. Is it that we should be reading these books on a one-to-one level, and what proportion we can take?
I think the word that you mentioned, connect, that's so important. I was just thinking that there's an app, I'm not going to mention the name of the app, which connects people to each other, and something to do with link. It links people together, professionals together. When you join this app, there are 2 options for users. Either you can follow or you can connect. If you follow, if you choose to follow, then you only have a one-way link with other users.
Yeah.
You will be able to see their posts and articles. But if you choose to connect, it's a 2-way link. You will be able to see them, and they will be able to see your posts. And it made me think that most of our lives, we only follow the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. We follow them and allow ourselves only to have an insight into their lives. We don't connect with them, allowing them to have an insight into my life. The day I have a 2-way link with the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, although they already have that by the grace of the Almighty, they can see what's happening in my life. But the day I feel confidence to link and connect with the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, so that it's a 2-way connection, I can have an insight into their life and they can have an insight into my life. That will be the day that I will be in total acceptance of their teachings. That will be the day I will have confidence that the Imam of the day can come and check my phone. He can come and check my wardrobe. He can come and check my room. He can come and watch the same programs that I'm watching. So it's very important that I think about, is it okay that only I have an insight into their lives? Or when will that day come when they can also have an insight into my life? But just the last word. When we were mentioning that how Imam was able to work openly, with that comes one more thing that we need to pay attention to. Imam had to work openly, but it's for our youth and our brothers and sisters who are young and they want to come and work on the path of the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. The Imam, when he was working openly, he knew that the opposition that he's generating, they will come one day and try to replace him. They will come one day and try to finish his work. There will come a day when they will try to take his life away. Today, when we come out and try to work for the Muslim or for God, little things happen and we lose our heart. You know, why are the Masai of Muslim to repeat it in front of us day and day after? Because we need to remember, if you choose the path of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad, it will come. There will come a day that there will be Masai's for us. There will be hardship for us. We must not lose our heart, and we must look at the life of Muhammad Sadiq alayhi salam, that we must persevere and be patient on this path.
So the next segment, I would like to invite Sister Rabab Al-Safi, who will carry out a speech. I think she has originally 25 minutes. The topic is education in the UK. So Sister Al-Safi here. Salawat.
Respected scholars, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm honored to be invited to have this speech. I'm supposed to talk about Islamic education in UK, helping our youth develop good character. And I thought the best thing to start with is with the Quranic verse from Surah Al-Ahqaf. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ربي أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه وأصلح لي في ذريتي. My Lord, enable me that I may give thanks to you for the favor with him, and you favored me and my parents, and that I may do right, acceptable to you, and instill righteousness in my offspring. Talking about education, instill righteousness in generation to come. I will base the main points I'm going to talk about is the role of education, character building, and challenges. A big topic that I'll try to condense in 20 minutes or so. So when we talk about education, the first thing that can come to our mind is the thought that we send our children to a sort of school or uni to get some academic or process of learning transmitted to them so they can enable a job or a career. But the real education we're looking for is the concept of tarbiyah. I don't know if there is an English word that will actually give the word tarbiyah its due worth. It's about nurturing children, about seeing them grow with love and a kind of authority. So we have to understand that the education process depends first on the family, on the school, and the wider community. If those pillars of this triangle will work together, inshallah, that will be al-kamila with dua, and we will have, inshallah, a generation that will be proud of. Of course, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam has told us there are many hadiths about Imam Sadiq alayhi salam about education, one of which is quite known about that we have to leave our children for 7 years to play, then educate them for another 7, then be their friends for another 7, the 7, 14, 21. Another famous hadith is بادروا أولادكم بالحديث قبل أن يسبقكم إليهم المرجع. It's like hasten to talk to your children before Murja, which is a sect, like Balali, a sect. Start talking to them, and in this world and age, we have a lot of Murja in all kinds of color. So we have to think really deeply, work really hard and follow the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he tells us to honor your children, refine their manners, and your souls will be forgiven. أكرموا أولادكم وأحسنوا آدابهم يغفر لكم. So I will start with the role of school, and I will base all my talk about with the example of Al-Sadiq and Zahra School, which I have the honor and privilege to work at. The school that was established under the guidance of Qaddasallah Sayyid Khoi, and it started in 1991. We teach children from the age 4 to 16, and we have to try to build their characters. I mean, in a broad way of trying to build any character for any youth, there are 3 ways. The first way, academically, and it's the most important way, what we call character code, is teaching character by example, just like what our Imams has taught us. And those كونوا لنا دعاة صامدين, be silent advocate for our way. So the most important way with the school community, any school community, and we try to do that in Al-Sadiq and Al-Zahra, both the staff and students provide an example and a culture that inspires and influences a positive ethos that promotes character building. Another way of building character is character taught, where the school provides educational experiences in the classroom and outside the classroom, provides the language, provides the knowledge and the understanding and the skills that students might experience to develop their character. And we have actually the language and the skills, we have noticed a difference between our students who start right from nursery and the later intake. The language is clearly different. The third way is character sought, where all the school provides varied opportunities that generates and formate the personal habit that over time, inshallah, that will seek and desire to pursue their character development. So in our school, we have a vision that we reach excellence in 4 areas: excellence in academics, excellence in God consciousness, excellence in service to community, and later on excellence in character. So when we talk about excellence in academics, our school provides an enriched curriculum that goes from, as we said, from nursery to GCSE. Our curriculum is based on a broad and balanced way to create independent thinkers who are often driven by curiosity and armed with reasoning, critical thinking, resourcefulness, sound judgment, coupled with teamwork and determination and confidence, and those elements of character, a good character. This is achieved, of course, through class lessons, extracurricular activities, and our attainment, average attainment is typically above the national average across the school. And our alumni record, mashallah, is a sound proof of our achievement. You will see our students in all areas as doctors, lawyers, ulama. Some of us are scholars, mashallah, and in all, and we hope, inshallah, that we keep on doing that. In regard to the excellence in God consciousness, our primary aim is actually to centralize the taqwa, God consciousness, into the psyche of each of our students, so they may develop this spirituality, the ethics, And in our school, we strive to indicate and to inculcate the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala within a positive and a caring environment. Anybody who comes and visits our school would feel that family atmosphere. The children are really comfortable, feeling that they are in their second home there. And our values are taught by role models and by the teachings of Ahlul Bayt. We have actually a lot of activities. Of course, we start with assemblies morning with Quran. We celebrate every Shahada, every Wilada. And we have Iftar in Ramadan. Ramadan is a very special time where actually we start the Jizr of the day. We have an annual Iftar with the children. And of course, we in Arba'in, for example, we do an Arba'in talk. We actually, every time there is an occasion, we try to do activities, fun activities coupled with spirituality, and regardless, of course, teaching Quran and RS lessons, religious education lessons, we will be following the school of Ahlul Bayt. I'll keep on among that. We are the only Shia school in Europe, a through school, a throughout school from nursery to GCSE. The only school in Europe where our Sunnah have 100 and about 180 schools. That says a lot. Okay, and then the last thing is actually we try to instill excellence in community service where our pupils take part in fundraising activities, in London citizenship, and in all other activities, and that will all build their character. I want to end with talking about the challenges that we face, and I think there are challenges that are faced all through by all schools, like teaching staff, recruitment, and retention. So in all schools across UK, this is a problem. Imagine if you have an added challenge of finding qualified Shia Muslim staff. So we try to call out for as many youth to go into teaching, get qualified, and come back and teach our children, our generation to come. Regardless, the second challenge, of course, the financial resources, the role of technology. We are all struggling with the role of technology, especially with Generation Z. The globalization, the context of secularism, materialism, issues of keeping that Shia Muslim identity, let alone parental expectation and the lack of the support from all Muslim communities. I will conclude by a call for all our efforts to collaborate and help each other to have schools all across UK, all across Europe, based on the Shia, the school of Ahlul Bayt. We are tried and tested institution for 30 years now. We're willing, inshallah, to help to collaborate with any other institution. It is a huge and crucial responsibility for all our community that we need to face and help the generation to come to be steadfast, keep their Muslim identity, inshallah, and prepare them to be soldiers of Sahib al-Amr, عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
For the next guest, I would like to invite Brother Adil Kareem to come and recite a qasida, inshallah. Please recite a loud salawat for Brother.
ये रसूल का है कहना, ये रसूल نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوگا یہ رسول کا ہے کہنا یہ رسول کا ہے کہنا نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوگا کوئی مرتضیٰ سا بندہ نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوگا کوئی مرتضیٰ سا بندہ اور جو علی نے نفس بیچا جو علی نے نفس بیچا تو خدا نے دے دی مرضی سر عرش ایسا سودا نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوگا سر عرش ایسا سودا پر سردار مادھ حیدر سردار مادھ حیدر پہ جو کر رہے ہیں میسم کوئی ایسا پھر قصیدہ نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوگا بخدا علی سا بندہ اور فقط ایک مصطفیٰ ہے فقط ایک مصطفیٰ ہے دو جہاں میں ورنہ کوئی علی مرتضیٰ سے اعلیٰ نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوگا علی مرتضیٰ سے اور لڑکا خدا کے گھر کا لڑکا خدا کے گھر کا لڑکی نبی کے گھر کی سر عرش ایسا رشتہ نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوگا سر عرش ایسا رشتہ
پورا سماعت فرمائیے.
وہ جو ہے نصیریوں کا وہ جو ہے منافقوں کا کبھی میرا وہ عقیدہ نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوگا کبھی میرا وہ عقیدہ.
اور آخری شعر پیش کر رہا ہوں جناب سہیل شاہ صاحب کا یہ لکھا ہوا نام ہے.
میں سہیل خوش نوا ہوں میں فقیر مرتضیٰ ہوں کوئی بادشاہ مجھ سا نہ ہوا نہ ہے نہ ہوگا بخدا علی سا بندہ.
I'd like to request the media team to play one more video. This is from Imams International. Media team, if you could put that on now.
catch us off guard and often paralyze life. At times, we lose everything. At times, it's too much to bear alone. At times, hope is lost and we don't know how to carry on. But then, out of nowhere, help arrives. A stranger stretches a helping hand, and life starts to rebuild itself. Millions of people around the world are forced to live in extreme poverty. For them, access to clean water, food, basic health, and education is a constant struggle. We are Imams Medics International. We are a group of passionate healthcare professionals, students and volunteers who have dedicated ourselves to improve and transform lives in the hardest hit, difficult to reach areas. Our story began some 30 years ago in a small New York basement when a group of friends with limited resources, the Big Hearts, founded IMI with the vision and commitment to serve humanity. Since then, this caravan of serving grew exponentially, and today, by the grace of Almighty, we are impacting thousands of lives in more than 17 countries through 70 running projects in countries like Pakistan, India, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Yemen, Burkina Faso, Turkey, Morocco, UK, Canada, and the United States. Whether it's natural disasters, pandemics, armed conflicts, or life struggling for survival, we understand the importance of providing urgent relief. IMI is a United Nations accredited organization that prides itself in a pledge to serve mankind, surpassing racial, ethnic, and religious boundaries. Medical treatment, educational support, advocacy, and disaster relief are some of the key areas we focus on. Hajj Medical Mission has been successfully providing free treatments and medicines for the past 16 years. Approximately 50,000 pilgrims are served each year. 15 years of medical missions in Iraq, where in a span of just 10 days, more than 150 doctors from around the world provide free medical treatment to over 100,000 pilgrims, which is a Guinness Book mentionable event. Provision of medical, surgical, and blood donation camps in several cities in Pakistan. Network of Get Well charitable clinics in multiple cities in India. Helping villagers in war-torn Burkina Faso and Africa build clean water wells, schools, and clinics. Exchange of medical knowledge and modern technology for training doctors and medical students in Iraq and Afghanistan. NET's Program Support Program in New Jersey has benefited over 1,000 doctors from 36 countries who are now successfully practicing medicine in the US and England. Scholarships and interest-free loans for more than 5,000 students in Pakistan, India, and Iraq. A network of free clinics and ambulance services saves lives every day in several disadvantaged areas in Pakistan. Water filtration plants in the arid Thar Desert. Sadiq International University is making rapid progress in Lahore and Karachi campuses. Ongoing construction of Al-Azhar Medical Complex in Chakwal, Pakistan. Meanwhile, IMI's Women's Wing is actively providing services in education, healthcare, and other social activities, working alongside male volunteers. And the iconic multi-purpose Dream Project in New Jersey that will benefit generations to come. It's been a long, arduous, yet rewarding journey of serving those in extreme needs. But still, with Mother Nature witnessing the worst catastrophes in its history, there is no time to rest. As always, none of this would be possible without the generous support of donors like you. Each step towards removing pains is backed by your kindness. Together, let's make those smile again who have very little to smile about.
Next, actually before I invite the next person, just to remind everyone, the Ziyarat raffle, where we'll be announcing, inshallah, five lucky winners of the Ziyarat ground package, is not long now. The raffle is just happening, I've been told, at 4 o'clock sharp. They're running the automatic random selector. So your name may have been selected, but the names will only be announced at the end of the program. That's the catch. You have to stay here with us, inshallah. So the next person I'd like to invite is Sheikh Mirza Abbas. I believe he is here. Sheikh Mirza Abbas, who is the internal manager of Hawza Al-Miya of England, also the program leader of Hawza Studies in Islamic College of London. Is he still here? Please recite the salawat. So whilst we wait for our speaker, he was here well in time. I'll just mention some of the other organizations that are in the marketplace. So we have Al-Ain Social Welfare, which is a welfare organization of Sistani. Also we have Amanati. You may not have heard of Amanati. They are a disability awareness organization, very small organization, very important area where we all need to improve in our local centers. Many centers have now started adopting more accessible means in their programs, but we still need a lot more consulting and training and awareness on this topic. So if you would like to talk to them, the consultants are in the marketplace today as well. Aga Mirza Abbas has joined us. Please recite the loud salawat.
With the permission of my dear senior scholars, my mentors, my teachers, my colleagues, my dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm here to talk about a treasure. A treasure itself indicates that it is usually hidden. The essence of a treasure means that it is hidden. That's why it's called a treasure. And you may have not heard of this treasure because it's a treasure, and that is the Hawza Al-Miya of England, which perhaps not many of you are fully aware of the contributions and the services that the Hawza Al-Miya of England have provided under the umbrella of the Islamic College of London. Islamic College of London have provided its services for decades in the academic field and also in the traditional sciences as well. The very scholar that we have who leads the prayer in this very masjid is the one of the graduates from that very seminary, from that very Hawza Al-Miya of England. It has reached to a point that the Hawza Al-Miya of England is providing resident scholars for different communities all across England. And also the graduates are extending and going to the studies, future studies, whether that be advanced study program that we have here in the very Islamic Center, led by Sayyid Hashim Musawi. That is a 3-year program after they graduate, 4 years in the Hawza Al-Miya of England, or they travel further to the seminaries of Najaf and Qom. So therefore, if somebody who is interested, like I said, we all are in dire need of spirituality. We have programs where it's known as a pre-Hawza program that runs on a Saturday, and also that program is also replicated and runs here in Luton as well. You know, it's a pre-Hawza program that runs here as well. So if anyone who are interested in spirituality, you know, there is a part-time program. They could be a guest student at the Hawza Al-Miya of England and register themselves, or somebody who is interested in the field as they want to join the Hawza itself and join a full 4-year program. And the curriculum that we follow, the textbooks that we have, are the very same textbooks that are taught in Najaf and Qom. The graduates will be at the level after 4 years to join the 5th year or 6th year in Najaf or Qom. And the admission starts in September. You can go and apply online at the Islamic College of London website, and there's a section called Traditional Hawza Program or Pre-Hawza Program, and you can apply over there, right? And we have in the summer as well certain programs. Once again, you can refer to the website that the programs that we offer, that we have at the Islamic College of London. So therefore, my request to all of our youth, to all of those who are interested in the seminarial sciences, in the Hawzawi sciences, the place to go is the Hawza Ilmi of England. A very slight personal touch or experience from this very Hawza that I have served for the past 8 years or more. I served as a resident scholar at the KSIMC in Birmingham for 4 years. After that, I served as a resident scholar for Al Zahra Foundation for another 4 years in Nottingham. And there wasn't a day since I left the Hawza Ilmi of England that I want to go back, because all of our dear scholars who are here, they will attest and they will agree with me that once you study in that environment, in that spiritual environment of the Hawza, you will always miss that and you will always want to go back. So there wasn't a day since I left home in 2005 that I thought of returning back to home again. I still do. However, since I joined the Hawza Ilmi of England, I quenched my thirst to a certain degree. Those individuals who have joined the Hawza Ilmi of England and those who have participated in the taster program, in the pre-Hawza program, as you may see many of them here, familiar faces here, and those who join the Hawza as well, part-time or full-time basis, they have realized the sense of spirituality that exists within that campus. This comes along, why? Because of the teachers that we have. The teachers that they teach at the Hawza Ilmi of England are fully qualified, and as a matter of fact, there are teachers who teaches at the level of Kharij, higher levels in the Hawza Ilmi if they were in Najaf or Qom, but they are teaching our students here at a 4-year program or at a 3-year program, advanced 3-year program, which is an extension of that 4-year program.
There are many individuals and organizations that will be unjust for me not to mention each and every one. But I would like to now invite our next guest. He has been in this country for over 30 years. Originally, he was the representative of Marhum Sayyid Muhammad Rada Musawi Al-Gulpagani, then also many other Maraje till date. Before he came to England, he was a very famous teacher in Qom for very high levels of studies for Maqasid. He speaks in many different languages. Today he is honoring us to speak for us for about 10 minutes. I would request that each one of the speakers, inshallah, stick to their time. Hazrat Hujjat Islam Muslimin, Sheikh Ali Al-Alimi, to come and speak for us on behalf of Majma Islami. Salawat.
Our brothers and sisters, and respected guests, Ulama from different centers and Hussainiya and mosque from UK. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First, I have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us this chance to join this great gathering, which is, I would like to say, this is the unique one, that from all the different Marrakech centers as Ulama and brothers and sisters in Islam gathering here. And it shows a big solidarity and unity for this Shia and follower and Bait alayhim salatu wassalam. Then I thanks to the Majlis Ulama because they spend great effort really to create this really strong and beautiful Majlis. And also, we are approaching the Martin anniversary of our sixth Imam, Imam Jafaria Muhammad bin Sadiq, the chief of our religion. I offer my condolences to his holy son, Hujjat al-Hassan al-Mahdi, the promised Mahdi. May Allah hasten his appearance. And to all of you, respected ulama and brother and sisters in Islam. The topic I have been asked to discuss about that, which is very short time, and actually they gave me this 10 minutes. But I spend my time to study this subject. It is very important. A ruler of the resident alim and scholar in this country. It is very important and principal subject for us because it's exactly directly belong to us. What we can do and what is our duties in this life here, especially in the foreign country. I studied the Holy Quran and the many Islamic tradition. I just can, in this time, very short, just give you address and some reference that we can later study or search about that. In the Holy Quran, we have 2 or 3 words that relate to this subject. The issue of the Hidayat, the guidance, divine guidance. And the second issue, which is relate directly to the guidance, is the importance and the value of the guidance. How is it important? And the second one, the word of invitation. In the Holy Quran, we can find many words that came with this word, and exactly most of the dimension of this word has been explained in the Holy Quran. In this issue, we have also the method of invitation. How, which method we have to choose to invite people to the way of Allah. And also, the important thing, the aim of the invitation. Why? What is the reason of that? We invite people to the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I start with the aim. Just give the reference. Why we invite people? Why the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and all the messengers who came from Allah, invite people to Allah and the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the Holy Quran, there are 5 verses, 4 verses, just directly relate to this aim. 1. The word ayah and verse number 164 from Surah Al Imran. All of you know, because all of you recite of the Holy Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. لقد من الله على المؤمنين إذ بعث فيهم رسولا من أنفسهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين. This is for aim or for goal. It is mentioned that this is the really destination of the invitation. 1. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we confirm to the people, to the mu'mineen, believing in Allah, and gave them great favor to send the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to them. Now, the first thing, يَتْلُو عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتِهِ, recite the Holy Quran, which is revealed to the Holy Prophet Muhammad. And the second one, وَيُزَكِّيهِمْ, purify them. This is very important, relate to the soul. And the third one, يُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابِ, teach them the Holy Quran. Is it the third? mission, and the fourth one is يعلمهم الحكمة. It is different idea to relate to the meaning of the hikmah. Some says the Maba is an advice from the Holy Quran. Some scholars says this is the Sunnah. Some scholars say this is the full of knowledge and to explain the philosophy of the Islamic actually matter and others. And second ayah number 2, from Surah Al-Jumu'ah, exactly the same this ayah. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم to end of the ayah. And the third one, ayah number 129 from Surah Al-Baqarah, the same. And the fourth one, ayah number 151 from Surah Al-Baqarah also. This four ayah explain the aim and the goal of the Allah Azza wa Jal sent His Prophet, Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace on him. Why? What is the reason of that? For this reason. To recite the Holy Quran, to teach them the Holy Quran, and also to teach them, give them the full of the knowledge and philosophy of the creatures, and also purify them. This is the first one. And the second one, we coming to the invitation. Invitation is very important. In invitation, they have 2 or 3 dimensions we have to consider. The first, our invitation to invite people to the way of Allah. It is very important. It's different from other invitation. No. Allah Azza wa Jal, in Surah Fussilat, ayah number 330, say, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. In this ayah, exactly this is the best word, the most beautiful word, the word of to invite people to the way of Allah. No only word better than this word. No only word. In this connection with this point, you can see the Hadith al-Qudsi, كلمة لا إله إلا الله حسني فمن دخل حسني أمن من عذابي أو ومن قالها دخل في حسني فمن دخل في حسني أمن من عذابي. But invitation should be according to the Islamic Sharia and using what Islam says to us. In the Surah Al-Nahl, ayah number 125, ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن. I just give one example from Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam. Maybe all of you heard this history. It was very beautiful and give great lesson to us. One of the person name is Shakrani. Maybe all of you heard about that. Shakrani was son of one of the people that the Holy Prophet Muhammad made him free. And they got free from the hand of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He was son of one of them. He really actually was attributed to the Ahlul Bayt because it was his father freedom from the Holy Prophet, by the Holy Prophet Muhammad. This person, his manner, it wasn't good. He was drinking the wine. And one day Mansur Dawani, the ruler, Abbasi ruler, he wanted to give the gift to the people. And he has not anyone to actually give an intercession and to go to Mansur and have his son hidya or gift for Mansur. He came to Imam Sadiq and asked, your reputation is to everyone know. Please, can you go to the Mansur and ask Mansur to help me? Imam didn't say no. Okay. Imam went and took gift from the Mansur and gave it to the Shakrani. But here is important. So Shakrani, إن الحسن من كل أحد حسن ولكن منك أحسن. شكرا. إن القبيح من كل أحد قبيح ولكن منك أقبح لمكانك منه. This is give us great lesson. Imam directly doesn't say you live to drinking, heavy drink. No. So the beautiful joke from everyone is beautiful, but from you is better. Why? Because you attribute to us. And also, the something is khabih and no good. It's bad from everyone, but from you is worse. From you is worse because you attribute to us. It means you leave this method and drinking. Shakrani got a lesson and went and actually left to be more drinking. This is gave us good lesson that we are as an alim, we have to have a good communication, good relation, simple relation with the people. Because Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, all the time, he wanted unity of the Shia. One day Mufazzal, you heard about the Mufazzal in this few minutes ago. Mufazzal was passing the market and saw two people, they are challenging, disputing to each other. He stood up and saw that why you are actually like this, disputing each other. Said, what is the reason of that? Said, yes, we are, our challenge, the money. Miras, heirs, inheritance, legacy. Said, come to my house. Invited them to his house and gave them 400 dirham and sold the product. And after that said, this is not my money. This is the money from Imam Sadiq. Imam Sadiq says, I don't want the dispute between the followers of Ahlul Bayt. All have to be together. Solidarity and have a big community and look after each other. This is not my money, but Imam ordered me, if you see something like that, you don't stay and you can solve the problem, even with my money. I hope you all ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have a chance to follow Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam and his really beautiful life, which is very fruitful. Assalamu alaikum jami'an. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I would like to thank Hujjat Islam al-Muslimin, Sheikh Ali al-Alami. Can I request my sisters to, even if you for half an hour keep quiet, you will not catch fire. Nothing will happen, you will go back home safe and sound if you don't speak for just half an hour. And if you want to talk, there is a lot of space outside. You'll enjoy the weather and the rain. So can I request my sisters and daughters to keep quiet, please, for the remaining half an hour. I would like to request the head of Islamic Center, Deputy of Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei to come and speak for 10 minutes as the time is short. Hazrat Hujjat Islam al-Muslimin, Sayyid Hashim Musavi. Ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم مصطفى محمد. وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. I'm genuinely grateful for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for providing me this opportunity to be with you, esteemed brothers, sisters, and great scholars in this magnificent Majlis and gathering. I'm really thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm very happy that I have this chance to share with you some of my humble advice or suggestion, which is driven from Quran and the Riwayah, and share with you, and inshallah all of us we will be able to enjoy all this advice. As one of the motivation of this great Grand Assembly, this convention, is to discuss the performance and identify the challenges of our activities in our centers, and to see how is our activity. Are we doing well or not? Is there any shortcoming in our activity or not? Is there any problem or not? Are we doing in excellent way or not? This is one of the motivation of this gathering, to survey ourselves and to know how is our job. And this activity is not done, all of this activity will not be done by all the scholars, but some, as far as I know, some brothers who work with the community, like the managers or like the directors of the different scholars and different centers. So, because of this, I felt it is necessary to speak briefly about the role and characteristics of the true leaders from the perspective of the Quran and Riwayah. By aligning ourselves with the Quranic and traditional indicators, then we can evaluate our own competencies and qualification. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us a good quality and we are qualified for this, we have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if God forbidden, we find ourselves lacking, and these shortcomings are irremediable, you cannot change it, then we should entrust the responsibility to those who are more capable. If we know of better individuals in this field, we should prioritize them, because our goal, look at this one, because our goal is to revive the mission of Ahlul Bayt, as they said, by utilizing the capacity of these religious and cultural centers. So this is our aim. If this is our aim, if we are able to do it, go ahead. If not, if you find some problem, please prioritize others. Therefore, we are all obliged to use all available resources, including knowledgeable, efficient, and pious human resource, to convey the message of the Ahlul Bayt to the world. We are confident that Allah, Ahlul Bayt, as they said, لو علم الناس محاسن كلامنا لاتبعونا. If we know that if people knew and understand the beauty of our words, they would surely follow them. So this is our responsibility to convey the message of Ahlul Bayt in a beautiful way. If we are able to do it, good. If we are not qualified enough to do it, first try to make ourselves qualified. If not, give chance to somebody else to do it, if he can do it better. Certainly, those who are identified as a leader of the community and take on responsibility in various areas of social life must possess a specific quality that enable them to be effective and provide the necessary service to the audience. Quran, the Holy Quran and the tradition mention some of these qualities and some of these characteristics of the true leaders. You, alhamdulillah, you are here. Most of you are the leader of your community in different cities. Either you are the Imam of your masjid, Imam of the Husseiniya, Imam Bola, or you are the director of your charities. So, in other words, all of you, you are the leader of your community. And you should know what is the best characteristics of the true leader by the Quran. The first thing which Quran openly mentions it, truthfulness and trustworthiness. This is one of the most important characteristics. The Holy Quran explicitly states explicitly states truthfulness and trustworthiness as necessary quality for those who are to be entrusted with divine duties by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Surah A'raf, verse 104 and 105. وقال موسى يا فرعون إني رسول من رب العالمين. And Musa said, O Pharaoh, I am indeed an apostle from the Lord of the worlds. So what? حقيق على أن لا أقول على الله إلا الحق. This is the next message. It said, it behoves me to say nothing but Allah. He said, it behoves me to say nothing about Allah except the truth. So this is a characteristic which we need from our leaders. The second one, again in Surah Al-Haqqah, verse 40 till 46, there are certain ayah. إِنَّهُ لَقَوْلُ رَسُولٍ كَرِيمٍ. Indeed, it is the speech of the noble poster. And then there are some certain ayah, I'm not going to read it. وَلَوْ تَقَبَّلَ عَلَيْنَا بَعْضَ الْأَقَاوِيلِ لَأَخَذْنَا مِنْهُ بِالْيَمِينِ ثُمَّ لَقَطَعْنَا مِنْهُ الْوَتِينِ. Allahu Akbar. Look at the message of this ayah. Allah doesn't care who is the person, whether it's a prophet, his beloved prophet, or a simple person. It said, وَلَوْ تَقَبَّلَ عَلَيْنَا. He said, had he faked any saying in our name, if he says something from his own behalf, not from myself, Allah said, if he says something from his own, we would have surely seized him by the right hand and then cut off his aorta. He's cut his heart. If even the Prophet Muhammad, he says something from his own behalf, not from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in other words, if he is not a trustworthiness person, then Allah said, I will kill him. You have to be very careful. Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he is talking about the Prophet, he used this word, قَدْ قَالَ الرَّسُولُ الصَّادِقُ فَهُوَ أَمِينُكَ الْمَأْمُونُ كَمَا هُمِّلَ فَاطَّلَعَ قَائِمًا بِأَمْرِكَ مستوفدا في مرضاته. Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he is describing the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Muhammad is several, in Nahjul Balagh, in several places, he says, the truthful Prophet has said. The truth. So emphasizing on this word, which is very important. The truthful Prophet has said, he is one of them who is your trusty and reliable. He stood to carry out what he was commanded and took action to execute your order and hasten to achieve what pleases you. Okay, there are so many other, I don't want to take too much of your time. I thought I have 3 hours time for a speech, but only, thanks God, gave me 10 minutes. So I'm just going to give you the second one. The second one is ikhlas. The second characteristic which true leaders needs to have is ikhlas, sincerity. Just want to mention the ayah, وَاذْكُرْ فِي الْكِتَابِ مُوسَى إِنَّهُ كَانَ مُخْلَصًا وَكَانَ رَسُولًا نَبِيًّا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Maryam, verse 51, He says, and mentioned in the book Moses, indeed he was exclusively dedicated to Allah and apostle and prophet. Means, apostle and prophet without dedication to Allah, without ikhlas to Allah is nothing. It doesn't matter whether Musa or Isa or Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And even you can see the Prophet said, قُلْ مَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ مِنْ عَجْرٍ وَمَا أَنَا مِنَ الْمُتَكَفِّرِينَ. Means, whatever I've done it's for the sake of Allah. I'm not looking for any reward. And again, in Surah Kahf, the last ayah of Surah Kahf is, this last ayah, it plays the role of alarm. If somebody wants to be awake on an exact time, he can use this ayah. Okay? You can use it as an alarm. He said, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ يُوحَى إِلَيَّ أَنَّمَا إِلَهُكُمْ إِلَهٌ وَاحِدٌ فَمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا. Look at this word, the last word. فَمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. The one, I said, whoever expects to encounter his Lord, let him act righteously and not associate anyone with the worship of his Lord. So this is another meaning of ikhlas. So I don't want to continue this word. There are some certain hadiths from the Zurara. Of course, this thing is very necessary to say. Some of you may, especially the directors of some of the charity, the manager of some of the charity. Oh, what do you say? If ikhlas is needed, are we allowed to give the report to the community or not? So if I'm going to give you a report, so it means I've done this, I've done that, I've done that. So it's not shirk. We have a very beautiful hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. زرارة عن أبي جعفر قال سألت عن الرجل يعمل الشيء من الخير فيراه إنسان فيسره ذلك فقال لا بأس ما من أحد إلا وهو يحب أن يظهر له في الناس الخير إذا لم يكن صنع ذلك لذلك. What is this? The hadith, we should know that certainly sincerity does not conflict with informing people about your activity. As such, transparency can increase public hope, and trust. We have a tradition. This tradition, let me give you the translation of this tradition. Zurara reports that he asked Imam Baqir alayhi salam. He said to Imam Baqir alayhi salam, he asked about a man who performed a good deeds, like all of you. In your center, in your markaz, in your Husseini, in your Majma, Imam or whatever, you do a very good job. And sometimes you feel happy that people see you, like this very, very good gathering, convention. I should congratulate to our organizer for organizing such a good convention, such a good gathering. So definitely they will be happy if we see these and if we thank them. So is it conflict with their class or not? Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, he said, a man who performs a good deed and someone sees it and he likes it. To which Imam replied that there is no harm in it as long as one does not perform the act solely for that person. It's very important. And the last thing, which is, in 1 minute, I'm going to finish it. Recognizing the importance of responsibility and giving them special attention. If you got a chance, you have to think this is a very important responsibility. So you have to take it seriously. لقد جاء in Quran we have لقد جاءكم رسول من أنفسكم عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم. Allah says, look to the Prophet. Because of his job, he left everything. He just forgot about all his pleasure time. All of his heart is going to be used for you. So, dear brothers, sisters, dear the leaders of our community, take it serious because this chance is, you don't know. Maybe it's going to be your last chance of your job. So take it serious. And the last advice of the Prophet, he said, لا تصلح الأمة إلا لرجل فيه ثلاث خصال ورع يحجزه عن معاصي الله وحلم يملك به قدبه وحسن الولاية على من يلي حتى يكون كالوالد الرحيم. Those who are called themselves as a leader of the community, they should think that they are like the father of the Ummah. They should think this is a job that a father is going to do for his children. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate for this invitation and gave me this chance to be with you, dear brother, sister, and once again I thank the organizer for organizing such a good Majlis. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
सैयद अली हुसैनी सिस्तानी के नुमाइंदे जनाब हुज्जत इस्लाम मुस्लिमीन आगा सैयद मुफ्ती कश्मीरी से कि वो तशरीफ लाएं और खिताब फरमाएं। अला मोहम्मद व आल मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين وحبيب إله العالمين سيدنا وقائدنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى آله الغر الهداة الميامين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. السلام عليكم أيها المؤمنون والمؤمنات، وأخص بتحية إخواني العلماء وبقية المؤمنين والمؤمنات. أولاً أعزيكم بذكرى شهادة سادس أئمة المسلمين الإمام جعفر بن محمد الصادق صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. عرض تعزیت و تسلیت کرتے ہیں آپ مومنین و مومنات کے لیے چھٹے امام کی شہادت کی نزدیک سے۔ امید ہے کہ انشاءاللہ خدا تبارک و تعالی کہ ہم لوگ کو سب ان امام کو تابعین رہیں گے ہمیشہ، آیا ہم لوگ یا خواتین یا جمیع مومنین و مومنات۔ البتہ میرا اردو بھی کمزور ہے، اور سب جو حاضرین ہیں اردو بولتے ہیں، کم بھی عربی ہے اور بعض بھی فارسی ہے۔ ابھی ہم ایسے مسائل کے اور ایسے مجالس سے اور کانفرنس سے حیران رہتے ہیں کہ کون سے لینگویج میں بولیں کہ کم سے کم سب کو معرفت ہو گئی۔ الحمدللہ آغای موسوی و آغای عالمی تو اپنے کو خلاص کیا، انگلش میں بول جاؤ، ختم ہو گئے ان کی مسئلہ، پھنس گئے ہم لوگ ابھی اس مسئلے میں۔ بعد کے انشاءاللہ امام صادق کے برکت سے انشاءاللہ سب چیز آسان ہوئے گا۔ بر محمد و آل محمد صلوات۔ اس مسئلہ حضرت آیت اللہ سیستانی حفظہ اللہ امر ہم کو کیا ہے کہ اگر مؤمنین و مؤمنات سے ملاقات تمہاری ہوئی، میرا سلام و دعا ان لوگ کے لیے پہنچا۔ تو آقا آپ لوگ کے لیے دعا بھی کرتے ہیں۔ علامت بازوار جو گئے ہیں نجف، ان سے ملاقات کیا ہے، دیکھا ہے کہ یہ مسئلہ کو پہلی مسئلہ بیان کرتے ہیں کہ ہم دعا کرتے ہیں نماز فجر کا بعد ہر روز مومنین و مومنات کے لیے، خدا ان لوگ کو آباد رکھے، ہر مشکل ان لوگ کے پاس سے ان کا حل کرے، وہ سب سبب ان لوگ کے ایمان زیادہ ہوئے۔ یعنی ہم لوگ بعض وقت فکر کرتے ہیں کہ مثلا لباس کا، کام کا، بزنس کا یا اولاد کا یا یہ، مگر سب سبب انسان کے لیے جو ہے ایمان ہے۔ اگر خدا تبارک و تعالی آپ کو ایمان دیا، یہ بہت بڑی اکاؤنٹ ہے انسان کے لیے۔ آیا مرد ہے، آیا لیڈیز ہے، آیا جوان ہے، آیا جوانی ہے، جو بھی ہے۔ ولذالک دیکھتے خدا تبارک و تعالی بہت آیتوں میں ان الذین آمنوا المؤمنون والمؤمنات، اعمال جو ہے نماز کا، روزہ، یا ایھا الذین آمنوا اقیموا الصلاۃ، سب ایمان کے طرف دیکھتے ہیں اللہ تبارک و تعالی توجہ دیتے ہیں۔ تو سب سبب مومنین و مومنات وہ جو دعا نمائندے امام کے زبان سے آتا ہے کہ آپ کے لیے دعا کرتے ہیں کہ آپ کا ایمان زیاد ہوئے، یہ بہت بڑی مسئلہ ہے۔ ایسی ہی طرح آپ لوگ اپنا اولاد کے لیے، اپنا اہل بیت کے لیے، اپنے بھائیوں کے لیے، سب مومنین کے لیے پہلی دعا آپ کر لیجئے کہ خدا انشاءاللہ ان لوگ کے ایمان کو زیاد کرے۔ تو یہ دعا جو حضرت آیت اللہ کے طرف سے آپ لوگ کے لیے، ایسی ہی طرح سلام بھی آپ لوگ کے لیے بھیجتا ہے۔ وہ یہ بھی نہ سوچئے کہ آقا بیٹھے تقریباً 5-6 ہزار کلومیٹر آپ لوگ سے دور، آپ لوگ کو یاد نہیں کرتے، نہیں یاد کرتے ہیں۔ ہماری طریقہ جو علماء کی ہے، ہمارے مراجع کی ہے، آیا آئے سیستانی، آئے خامنائی، آئے خمینی، آئے برجردی، آئے جو بھی علماء ہے، ہمیشہ مومنین کے ذکر میں ہے، وہ دعا کرتے ہیں۔ خدا انشاءاللہ ببرکت چھٹے امام کی ان دعاؤں کو ہم لوگ کے حق میں قبول کرے۔ دوسری مسئلہ، البتہ چھٹے امام کے بارے میں آیا عالمی نے بھی گفتگو کیا، آیا موسوی نے بھی گفتگو کیا، گفتگو ہو گئی ہو، علامت بھی کچھ رکھا ہے یہاں امام چھٹے امام کی۔ تو ہماری ابھی اس امام کے بارے میں گفتگو نہیں ہے، مگر یہ کہنا چاہتے کہ ایسے میٹنگ، ایسے اجتماع جو ہوتا ہے ہم لوگ کے لیے ضروری ہے. یعنی الحمدللہ پہلی بار مجلس علماء اچھا قدم اٹھایا ہے کہ سب علماء کو باقی مسئولین انتظامیہ سنٹروں کو دعوت دیا ہے کہ یہاں الحمدللہ یہ اجتماع ہوا ہے. کم سے کم یعنی ایک فائدہ اس میں سے کہ الحمدللہ یہ تعارف ہوتا ہے مومنین و مومنات کے بین میں کہ الحمدللہ ایک دوسرے کو دیکھتے ہیں. بلکہ خود ہی اسلام ہم لوگ کے لیے بنایا ہے. نماز جمعہ، نماز عیدین، حج نہ فقط انسان جائے گا خدا کے لیے مثلا طواف کرے گا بیت اللہ الحرام کے دور میں یا رمی الجمرات یا مناسک، بلکہ لتعارف یعنی ایک دوسرے کو دیکھ لیں. ہم لوگ کے بین میں کچھ تفاہم ہو جاوے، کچھ سمجھ جاوے، کچھ جو میرے پاس مشکل ہے آپ کے سامنے پیش کریں گے، جو آپ کے پاس مشکل ہے میرے سامنے پیش کریں گے. مگر البتہ آپ دیکھتے ہیں یہ مسئلہ تو نہیں ہو رہی اس دنیا میں. آج کل سب مسائل پولیٹیکل ہو گیا ہے، پولیٹیکل میں بولتے ہیں باہر کے. مگر ہم کہتے ہیں یہ اجتماع، یہ میٹنگ، جو ملاقات الحمدللہ آج ہوا ہے لوٹن میں اس سنٹر میں بے سایہ مجلس علماء، ایک فائدہ ہے اس سے کہ الحمدللہ سب مومنین و مومنات کے بین ملاقات ہے. وانشاءاللہ یہ مسئلہ بھی اگر ہر 2 سال یا 1 سال میں ہوئے گی بہت بڑی مسئلہ ہے. دوسری مسئلہ ہم اشارہ کرنا چاہتے ہیں کہ ہم یہ ذمہ داری جو ہے علماء اوپر یا باقی انتظامیوں کے اوپر، یہ فقط عالم کے اوپر نہیں ہے. نہ کہیے کہ مثلا آغائے سیستانی، آغائے فلانی، آغائے عالمی، آغائے موسوی کے اوپر ذمہ داری ہے. نہیں، سب کے اوپر ذمہ داری ہے. پیغمبر کیا فرماتا ہے؟ کلکم راع وکلکم مسئول عن رعیتہ. میری ذمہ داری ہے، آپ کی ذمہ داری ہے، خواتین کی ذمہ داری ہے. ہر فرد ہم لوگ سے ان کو اوپر ذمہ داری ہے. اس ذمہ داری کے حساب سے اپنا کام انجام دینا چاہیے. نہ کہے ہم سے کیا مطلب، یہ آغائے مثلا فرض کیجئے شیخ جعفر نجم کی ذمہ داری ہے، یا آغائے مثلا سید علی رضا کی ذمہ داری ہے، یا آغائے معروفی جو صدر علماء ہے اس کے ذمہ. نہیں بابا، سب کی ذمہ داری ہے. فقط یہ مسئلہ ہے کہ آپ کی ذمہ داری ہے مثلا 10 آدمی کی ہدایت دے سکتے ہیں، 10 ہدایت 10 کے لیے ہے. ہمارا 20 سے 25 سے 50 سے مرجع کے پورے دنیا کے لیے. تو یہ مسئلہ ہم لوگ کو سمجھنا چاہیے. اپنے کو نہ کھینچے پیچھے، کیونکہ یہی کھینچنے سے جب ہم اپنے کو کھینچیں گے، وہ آپ بھی اپنے کو کھینچیں گے، وہ بھی کھینچے گا تو دنیا خراب ہو جائے گی. وَلِذَلِكَ سب صبر قاعدہ خدا تبارک و تعالی ہم لوگ کے لیے رکھا ہے. المؤمنون الامر بمعروف کنتم خیر امت اخرجت للناس. کیا پہننے میں، کھانے میں، ثواب ہونے میں، تأمرون بالمعروف وتنہون عن المنکر. امر بمعروف، نہی عن المنکر. اپنے بچوں کو، اپنے بیوی کو، اپنے ہمسائے کو، اپنے دوست کو، مومنین کو، مومن نہ کہیے ہم سے مطلب نہیں ہے. نہیں، آپ سے مطلب ہے، آپ کی ذمہ داری ہے. یہ البتہ چونکہ وقت کم ہے، ہمارے کہتے ہیں 10 منٹ ابھی بسم اللہ ہم لوگ کہہ لیا. علی محمد و علی محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم. مگر الحمدللہ ہم اشارہ کرتے ہیں، یہ اشارہ بھی آپ سمجھ جاتے ہیں کہ الحمدللہ آپ لوگ سب منبر کے شاگرد تھے، مجالس کے ہیں، خطباء کے ساتھ ہمیشہ آپ لوگ کا حشر ہوتا ہے. تو یہ اشارے سے آپ لوگ کو معلوم ہوا کہ ہم لوگ کی فریضہ ایک کے اوپر نہیں ہے بلکہ سب کے اوپر ہے. لازم امر بمعروف و نہی عن المنکر. تیسرا مطلب کہ اشارہ کرنا چاہتے ہیں کہ ہمارے اوپر مخصوصاً ہمارے علماء نہ کہے بس ہم مثلا عالم ہے، فلان مرکز ہے، لودن کے مرکز کے صدر ہم یہاں ہیں، عالم ہیں. مگر آیا یہ عالم جو وظائف ہے ان کے اوپر، جو لوازم ہیں ان کے اوپر کہ نماز جماعت، نماز جمعت، نماز یومیہ، آیا مواظب ہے اس نماز کے اوپر؟ آتے ہیں مسجد کے اوپر یا نواز کہتے والا کوئی نہیں آتا ہے، 2 آدمی آتے ہم آئیں گے 2 آدمی کے لیے نہیں، حتیٰ اگر 2 آدمی ہیں وہ 2 آدمی 3 ہو جائیں گے، پھر 4 ہو جائیں گے. جب سمجھ جائیں گے کہ یہاں مثلا عالم ہے جو امام پیش امام یہاں ہے نماز پڑھاتا ہے تو آئیں گے وہ لوگ. نہ کہیے کہ فقط ہم روز جمعہ ہم نماز پڑھیں گے، جمعرات کو بس ہم نہیں، ہمیشہ 3 ٹائم پر. ابھی 3 نہیں ہوا، کم سے کم چھوڑے 3 کو، ہم کو پسند ہے 3 کی، 2 کو ہم کو پکڑنا چاہیے. یہ کیا کرنا، کم سے کم نماز ظہرین و نماز مغرب اور عشاء کو کم سے کم حاضر ہو جاوے. 2 آدمی اگر سے باہر ہوئے کچھ حرج نہیں ہے، مشکل نہیں ہے، ہو جائیں گے، وہ 3 ہو جائیں گے، 4 ہو جائیں گے، 5 ہو جائیں گے. اضافتاً ہمارے جوانوں آج گمراہ ہو رہے، ہمارے جوانوں گمراہ رہے دشمن کے زہروں جو ہم لوگ کے لیے واٹس ایپ کے ذریعے سے، ٹیلی فون کے ذریعے سے بھیج رہے ہمارے، جو ان لوگ کو کون ہدایت دے گا؟ یہ ہماری فریضہ ہے، آپ کی فریضہ ہے، علماء کی فریضہ ہے. ولذا یہ مسئلے کے بعد بہت زور لگانا چاہیے، بہت سمجھنا چاہیے آپ لوگ کو. آیا زبان انگلش میں یا زبان عربی میں یا زبان فارسی میں بتلانا چاہیے ان لوگ کو اصول دین کیا ہے، فروع دین کیا ہے، احکام کیا ہے، مقام امام کیا ہے، مقام پیغمبر کیا ہے. نہ کہیے بس ہم فقط السلام علیکم 1 2 3 بات کر دیا روز جمعہ ختم ہو گئے مسئلہ. نہیں، بلکہ ہمیشہ اپنے کو تیار رکھیے. ایسے سوالات آج کل آ رہے ہیں، ایسے شبہات دے رہے ہیں یہ لوگ دشمن اسلام، شک و شبہ ہم لوگ کے ذہن میں، ہم لوگ کے جوانوں کو ذہن میں پھینکتے ہیں. کون ان کا حل کرے گا؟ ہماری فریضہ ہے، ہم لوگ کو اہتمام کرنا چاہیے. یہ 3 ہے. تیسری بات، علماء کی فریضہ جو ہے انجام دیتے ہیں، یہ بھی نہ سمجھے. اولا یہ سمجھنا چاہیے جو مسئولین مراکز ہے، وہ مؤسسات ہیں، نہ سمجھے یہ کہ مسئلہ تشریفی ہے کہ ہم رئیس سنتر الوطن ہے، وہ ہم شیخ ہے، ہم بڑے ہیں، ہم جو کہیں گے وہی ہونا چاہیے. نہیں، آپ کو جب آپ الیکشن میں آ گئے خدمت مومنین کے لیے، مومنات کے لیے، جو ان لوگ کی مسائل ہے، آیا سنتر کے بارے میں، آیا مجلس کے بارے میں، آیا بقیہ مسائل میں، آپ ان لوگ عربی میں ایک مسئلہ ہے رئیس القوم خادمہم، جو رئیس ہوتا ہے ان لوگ کی خدمت کرتا ہے. تو یہ جو مسئولین ہے، جو ٹرسٹیز ہے، جو رئیس اداری ہے، یہ ان کی ذمہ داری ہے کہ خدمت کرا مردوں کرے. اپنے شیخ کو نہیں ہونا چاہیے. ہمارا جو ہم کہیں گے ایسے کرنا چاہیے، وہ ایسے کرنا چاہیے. آپ دیکھیں پبلک کیا چاہتی ہے، کیا ضرورت ہے ان لوگ کی، کیسے ان لوگ کی رعایت کر لے، کیسے ان کو خیال کرنا چاہیے. یہ بہت بڑی مسئلہ ہے. اگرچہ بعض ناراض ہوئے گا، نہیں، ہم رئیس مرکز ہے، ہم جو کہیں گے بس وہی ہے. وہ باقی جو ہے آیا عالم ہے یا جاہل ہے، ان کو سمجھنا چاہیے یہ بات کو. نہیں، بلکہ آپ سب کی خدمت کرنا چاہیے وفق نظام ہے جو قانون ہے اس سنتر کا، اس قانون کے حساب سے آپ کو کام کرنا چاہیے. مسئلہ اخیرہ جو ہے، جو علماء ہمارے علماء ہیں مراکز میں، یہ نوکر نہیں ہے. کہیں گے مثلا عالم ہے، بس جیسے ہم دیتے ہیں مثلا فرض کی جو کھانا پکاتا ہے، وہ اسی خانے میں کام کرتا ہے، ان کو ہم تنخواہ دیتے ہیں یا عالم کو ہم یہ نہیں. ان کی فریضہ اسی ہے. آپ ان کو اوپر اپنا امر نہیں چلا سکتا ہے، کہے گا ہم اس کو کہیں گے، نہیں، وہ آپ کو یاد دلائے گا، آپ کو سمجھائے گا. ایک واقعہ ہمارے سامنے ہوئی، بلکہ اس نے ہم کو بتلایا. کوئی مولانا تھے ایک مسجد میں، ایک جگہ میں، پاکستان میں، کراچی میں، معاملے کا باہر کے وہ زکوٰۃ الفطر کو جمع کیا تھا. اب یہ جب جمع ہو گیا، عالم کا فریضہ ہے کہ رہے وہ کریے پہنچائیے. آیا جو مسئول ہے وہی مرکز کا، کہا نہیں، یہ پیسے کو لاؤ، ہم چاہتے ہیں مسجد کو رن کریں گے، اس کو پرنٹ کریں گے. کہا بابا یہ کہا نہیں ہو سکے گا، تم کو پسند نہیں ہے، نکلو یہاں. تو علماء کا مقام یہ نہیں ہے. یہ سمجھنا چاہیے سب کو، جوانوں کو، آپ لوگ کو منتظمین کو کہ عالم کا مقام ایسے ہے کہ وہ ہدایت دیتے ہیں، ارشاد دیتے ہیں، اور جو ان کو پگار ملتا ہے یہ کیا کہتا ہے شہریہ نہیں ہے، ہدیہ ہے۔ ولذا ہمارے ائمہ اطہار صلوات اللہ وسلم علیہم رغبت کیا علماء کو، محدثین کو زمانے میں کہتے تھے محدثین، رغبت کیا ان لوگ کے معیشہ، ان لوگ کی روزی کہاں سے آتی ہے؟ جو بیت المال سے ہے، نہ فلان سے ہے، نہ فلان سے ہے، بیت المال سے۔ ولذا پانچویں امام اپنے فرزند کو جعفر بن محمد الصادق کان یوصیہ بتلامید، سفارش کرتے تھے کہ جو شاگردوں کا ان کا خیال کرو، نہ باتا ان لوگ کا ارتباط ہوئے دولت بنی العباس کے ساتھ یا بنی امیہ کے ساتھ، چونکہ یہ انسان ہمارا جب ارتباط ہوئے گا ایک جہت کے ساتھ یا ایک شخص کے ساتھ تو اس حساب سے ہم ان کا خواہش دیکھیں گے، کیا کہے گا کیا بولے گا، اسی حساب سے ہم کو کام کرنا چاہیے، اسی حساب سے ہم کو یہی بات بولنا چاہیے۔ نہیں، جب آپ کا ارتباط اسی طرح دیکھیے، یہ بھی مسئلہ آپ کے ذہن میں رہے، حضرت آیت اللہ سیستانی جب آگئی مرجعیت کے اوپر، وہ اوقاف شیعہ ہوا عراق میں، جو مسئول اوقاف تھا وہاں، وہ کہا سب طلباء جو طلباء حوزہ علمیہ نجف میں کربلا میں ہے، ان لوگ کا شہریہ اوقاف سے ملے گا۔ آقا نے منع کیا، کہا ایک پیسہ اوقاف سے ان لوگ کو نہیں ملے گا، ہم ان لوگ کا ذمہ دار ہے، یہاں سے لیں گے، آپ لوگ سے نہیں لیں گے۔ یعنی جب اوقاف سے ملا یعنی گورنمنٹ سے ملا، جب گورنمنٹ سے ملا مانا گورنمنٹ ان لوگ کے جو چاہیے گورنمنٹ وہی کرے گی، تو منع کیا۔ بلکہ حتیٰ بعض ایک انسان ہم کو کہا کہ ہم چاہتے ہیں 50,000 دینار کویتی آپ کو دیں گے کہ حوزہ نجف کے لیے اس میں چلا دیں۔ آقا کا دفتر قبول نہیں کیا، کہا نہیں، خمس کے پیسہ اگر 5 دینار دے گا قبول کریں گے، اما اگر 50,000 بلکہ 5 لاکھ بھی اگر دے گا کہ خود ہی چلائے گا حوزہ نجف کے لیے، ہم تیار نہیں ہے، خمس کے پیسہ ان لوگ کے لیے۔ تو لذا علماء کا مقام جو ابھی یہاں مراکز میں ہے ایسے ہونا چاہیے، جو منتظم ہیں، نہ کہیں اس کا شہریہ دیا ہے، ہم وہ نوکر ہے، جیسے نوکر ہے، جیسے باورچی کو دیتا ہے، جیسے دوسرے کو دیتا ہے، نہیں، ان کا مقام اعلیٰ ہے، وہ اجل ہے، یہ آپ کے ہدایت کے لیے اللہ تبارک و تعالی قرار دیا ہے۔ ان کا جو ملے گا ہدیہ بیت المال سے، ہم لوگ یہ بتلایا ایک میٹنگ میں، علماء کے میٹنگ میں، اگر بھی بعض اوقات کچھ کمتی ہوتی ہے ہم لوگ تیار ہیں کہ اس کمتی کو پورا کریں گے اگر کچھ کمتی ہوگی علماء کے لیے، مگر کسی کے ہاتھ، اپنے ہاتھ کو دوسرے کے لیے نہ پھیلاوے، کیونکہ خدا تبارک و تعالی علماء کو عزت دیا ہے۔ وَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةُ وَلِرَسُولِهِ وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ۔ خدا انشاءاللہ آپ لوگ کو توفیق و تسدید دے دے، اور ہمیشہ انشاءاللہ ایسے مسائل و ایسے میٹنگ ہو جاوے کہ مومنین کے ساتھ ہم لوگ کی ملاقات ہوئی، جو ہوئے گی، جو ہم لوگ کی بات ہے، جو آپ لوگ کی بات ہے، جو آپ کے نظر میں ہے، ہمارے نظر میں ہے، وہ پیش کریں گے ببرکۃ الصلاۃ علی محمد و آل محمد۔
Inshallah, before I call our final speaker, Hujjatul Islam and Muslimin, Agha Sayyid Ali Raza Rizvi Sahib, there's no need to introduce him, alhamdulillah, everyone knows him. I just ask him for a couple of minutes. Inshallah ta'ala, be ijazat hame ulama inshallah be ijazat be dahan be zabane urdu guftagu. So inshallah ta'ala میں آپ سب بہنوں اور بھائیوں کا بہت شکر گزار ہوں، اور تمام علماء کہ آپ لوگوں نے ہمیں یہ عزت بخشی ہے، لوٹن کمیونٹی کی پوری کمیونٹی اور ہماری کمیٹی جس نے بہت زبردست کام کیا، آپ سب نے کام دیکھا ہے، انشاءاللہ آپ ان سب کو دعاؤں میں بھی یاد رکھیں گے، اور یہاں پہ آپ تشریف لائے ہوئے، خیر و برکت اللہ تعالیٰ نے آپ کے ذریعے سے ہمیں نصیب فرمائی ہے، خدا آپ کو اس کے بارے میں جزائے خیر دے، آپ لوگوں کا بہت بہت شکریہ۔ اور یہ پہلی مرتبہ ہوا، ابھی یہاں پہ کنسٹرکشن کا کام جاری ہے، انشاءاللہ اگر آئندہ سال بھی خدا نے زندگی اور موقع دیا یہ سلسلہ جاری رہے گا، اور اس کو بہتر سے بہتر انداز سے انشاءاللہ ہم لوگ کرنے کی کوشش کریں گے۔ और कोई भी कमियाँ रह गई हो तो मेरी तरफ से इंशाअल्लाह माज़रत कबूल फरमाएंगे। अब मैं आगा सैयद अली रज़ा रिज़वी साहब से गुजारिश करता हूँ कि जो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारे बुजुर्गवार प्रेसिडेंट आगे मोहम्मद हसन वज़ीरुल इस्लाम मुस्लिमीन आगे मोहम्मद हसन मारूफी साहब और उनके साथ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट आगे सैयद अली रज़ा रिज़वी साहब जो रूह रवां हैं इस पूरे जो कन्वेंशन हुआ है इसके आगे साहब इंशाअल्लाह कभी तशरीफ आएंगे इंशाअल्लाह। सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मोहम्मद।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wal-aqibatu lit-taqwa wal-yaqeen. Was-salatu was-salamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal-mursalin. Khatamin nabiyyin bil-Qasim Muhammad. وعليه الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الكرام واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد فقد قال الله الحكيم في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن هذه أمتكم أمة واحدة وأنا ربكم فاعبدون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات. First of all, I'd like to begin with thanking all the scholars, the representatives of all the centers, the partner organizations, my brothers and sisters that participated from 69 different cities today. In our registration, we have Admas Shastono Shahadar Indus Tashirovat. 69 different cities. We have 33 charities, businesses, and organizations that have set a stall. I hope people visited the stalls. And we had 5 different workshops. And we had 10 coaches from 7 different cities. The attendance today was almost the same, 50% men and 50% women. So my sisters and my daughters, they played a major role in attendance today. So only 7 men were more than the ladies. But with the talks, the ladies seemed 10 times more than the men. I really, from the bottom of my heart, all of my sisters, my daughters that attended today, on behalf of the President, on behalf of all the members of Majlis al-Mashayikh Europe, the Central Coordinator for Imamiya Council, Dr. Abbas Naqavi, and the entire team, my brothers, especially Mr. Razan and Brother Amir Saflan Kadami, they put together this event. All the great scholars, representatives of Maraji. What is the ultimate achievement of today's event? I know you've been here for many, many hours, especially the people who set off from Manchester, Bradford. I heard they left at around 7 a.m. in the morning. The people who drove from London, they arrived sometimes even late. But people that have come from far and wide, they've been on the road for about 10, 11 hours now. And they have another 4-hour journey to go back. I hope and pray that you can all just pay attention for next 10 minutes before I conclude. I would like to also mention that we used to hold these conventions every year before Corona. And we stopped during coronavirus for 5 years, and this is the first event after 5 years. Every year we used to have this event. But it was never that we had 69 cities attend and over 100 organizations and Imam Bargas and charities attend. So far, the brothers from World Federation Co-Age organized, Islamic Center organized, Al-Zoy Foundation organized such events. But we never had the attendance of so many centers. So first of all, I'd like to thank you on behalf of Majlis Ulama, all the volunteers, and the Pakistani community that you attended, and especially on behalf of Masjid Ali Luton, who have hosted our event today, who made it possible for us to hold a great event. A number of things I very quickly want to touch upon. The most important thing is that we have to meet and greet each other every year. Mu'mineen, there's a hadith that says along the lines, what makes the shaitan angry the most? And the hadith says that when a mu'min does not miss his fajr prayers, and when two mu'mineen shake hands with each other, shaitan starts beating himself that I wanted to keep them apart, and they have come together. What coronavirus did was it took all of our activities online, but we want to encourage that people and mu'mineen and mu'minat attend the Imam Bargahs and Masajid and Islamic centers. Online you can gain knowledge, but you can never get the thawab and reward of attending the Masjid and Imam Bargah, which is tested only when you come physically and attend. The barakat of this farsh azah, this where the mu'mineen gather, this has special barakah, this has special blessings. The spiritual effect of mu'mineen meeting and seeing each other will never come to you when you listen on time. That's the first. Secondly, I hope the sisters can only for another 5 minutes hold themselves back. You can fire as soon as you leave the hall. The second most important is unity, ittihad. This is the most important time for ittihad bainul mu'mineen. We all came to this ship on different boats, but we are now on this ship, so we have to cater for the needs of the entire community. So we have to be united. And the common language between all of us is English. We may have, but our Maraji have emphasized that we keep our languages, we keep our Urdu, we keep our Farsi and Arabic and all the languages, keep them. We hold majalis in our languages. But it is important that we cater for the need of the oncoming generation in English. So unity is one. That's the second point. And the need for unity is greater than ever before. Sometimes even to deserve human rights, you have to have white skin and blue eyes. Otherwise, people in Ukraine, when they're killed, people make noise. If 5-8 workers or 7-8 workers in Gaza are killed because they had white skin and blue eyes, the world says enough is enough. But if 40,000 Palestinians are killed, no one speaks. So it is important that we are united and we have one voice. We need a common platform. For that unity, we may need a common platform. We have our own Iraqi, Bahraini, Kuwaiti, Afghani, Irani, Indian, Pakistani platforms. We may have different political affiliations. We may have different tabligh. We may not even do tabligh, but we're all still followers of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. I hope you can bear with me, please. We know internally how divided we are, but when the enemies from outside look at us, they say, all Shias are united. All Shias are one. Only we know we are not. Let's live up to the challenge that our enemies have laid us, that all Shias believe in Aliyun Waliyullah. They're all one. Let's be one. And every Shia matters. That is a slogan we gave 13 years ago. Every Shia matters. And that is not our slogan. That is a slogan of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salatu I know the time is short. The third point that I want to lay emphasis on, yes, common platform. We need a common platform, one voice for our social needs, our political needs, economical needs. There are so many political people, political asylum seekers that are coming to this country, which are Shia. we as a community should be providing for them. There are many students coming from abroad. There are many organizations, many faiths, many religions, many schools of thought have their own hostels and organizations that cater for the need of the students. Do we? I think we need to think on those lines. But the third and probably the most important point is education. A sister spoke, many brothers, many sisters, scholars emphasize on education. There are 200 Muslim schools in this country, over 200 Muslim schools. Everyone paying attention? Can I have my sisters also pay attention? This event is successful because of the sisters, because you all came. There are over 200 Muslim schools in this country. There's only one Shia school. We are the followers of Bab Madinatul Ilm, the gate to the city of knowledge. We need more schools. There should be one school in every large city. And inshallah, there are many brothers who are working on this initiative, and we will inshallah help them in every way possible to launch our schools. There is only one at the moment, which is run by Al-Khoy Foundation, As-Sadiq and As-Zahra. The boys' school is called As-Sadiq School, and the girls' school is called As-Zahra School. There's only one. We need a curriculum, we need a syllabus. The Catholics have their own. Our Khan Institute, yes, they have their own curriculum. There are so many I can give you examples of. The top British schools. Do you know there are 400 examination boards in Punjab of Pakistan? And all of them put together don't sell as many books as Oxford University curriculum sells in Pakistan alone. The 400 Pakistani boards don't sell as many books and syllabuses that in Pakistan, Oxford alone sells. They sell for 20 billion rupees every year. Yes? Oxford University sells. There are many, many aspects, but education is one of the most important aspects. Our children's education is very important. My brother was saying that here they want to start a school, and there are many other institutions across England that they want to start schools. We are willing to partner with you, inshallah. There are many brothers who are willing to help on that initiative. Education is very important. Women empowerment. And we may get a lot of criticism for having a sister on the panel and having a sister for a speech. Everyone paying attention? If the sisters pay attention to this point. The government, the British government carried out a survey and they said 70% of our Muslim centers from our Sunni brothers did not allow the women to enter the masjid or they don't have a Imam Hussain. Centers, yes. More than 70% of the centers did not allow women to enter. And when they carried out a survey on the Shia centers, 100% of the Shia centers allowed women to come and attend. Where do you think that comes from? That comes from Fatima Zahra Salamullahi alayha. Zainab Kubra Salamullahi alayha. We are the followers of such great ladies. We revere them after the Holy Prophet the most. Each one of the 12 Imams showed special respect to Fatima Zahra. Can you imagine? We follow such a lady. And hence we have a place for, so we need to empower our women. They have their own committees, their own Majlis. And the teachers of our Madaris, please listen to this point, brothers now. Who are the best teachers? Unfortunately, women and not men. I say that unfortunately because most of the teachers in the Shia community are men. But it has proven through United Nations and also through Catholic schools that women make better teachers because they are mothers, they have more patience. Yes. Our Madaris, men will never make good teachers, they don't even come. Sisters are teaching, please empower them and bring more sisters and teachers so you have the madaris that run. Sunday madrasas and Saturday madrasas I'm talking about. Secondly, for teachers as well. If we have full-time schools, our sisters would make a great contribution to becoming teachers. Last point I want to make, I had a whole list and each one of the scholars sent me a whole list that can you mention this, can you know? So there are so many points that I have not missed. Well, I have missed, to be honest. I did not bring my glasses. Now, finally, brother was mentioning that there is a British organization, Muslim organization. I was about to mention the name, I will not mention the name. They charge you £6,000 for providing standards and management of the schools. Majlis Ulama is only charging for the photocopy £20. Yes. And there is a lot of hard work that has gone into producing these documents. Please download them and see the amount of work we've done. These are now requirements by the government, by the charity, policies and procedures. And if you just look at them, you will know. Previously, in all of the conventions before Corona, I said the policy of the British government is not to close down the centres. If they want to do, they will close you down on health and safety and many, many issues, policies, procedures. Now it may be that, we don't know. So please follow the guidelines that we have worked very hard to produce. What we can do, we have a lot of volunteers and we need more volunteers. What we can do together, we need to become a community. At the moment, we are individuals and we are centers. Did everyone follow that? We are individuals and we are centers. We need to become a community. Inna hadhihi ummatukum ummatun wahida. We need to become a community. If there is a problem in a center, that we should all feel the pain that they are lacking something. If there is an issue somewhere, we should feel the pain of our brothers and sisters in Gaza, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Kashmir, anywhere. Even if there is a brother in Africa, in a jungle, but he says, Aliyun waliyullah. He's our brother in Iman. We have responsibility towards him or her. That is a requirement of Imam Sadiq. And hence, our today's convention, it is Jafaria Convention. I know I had said 15 minutes, and my 15 minutes have ended, but within a minute I would like to conclude. A group of people from South Iraq came to Medina and said, Mawla, we are all your Shias in our village. He said, all of you? He said, yes. He said, can the poor people reach the pocket of the rich and take what they deserve in your village? He said, no, Mawla, that doesn't happen. He said, do the poor people come uninvited to the rich and say, can we eat? He said, Mawla, that doesn't happen. So he mentioned a list of things. He said, then how do you call yourselves our Shia when we don't have access to each other? Materialism must not get to us. We must live up to the standards of Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq alayhi. There were many things to be said. I have taken a lot of your time. I would like to, in conclusion, there are announcements for 5. We wanted to, originally had said 4, but then we said, for the sake of Ashab Islam, we'll invite, we have 5 announcements, 5 people who will be sponsored by one of the organizations to go to Ziyarat. Inshallah, so they will be giving you a grant package, so they will now announce. But if the person's name is announced and they're not here in the hall, then we will announce another name, because that was one of the conditions from the beginning. So I'd like to invite Brother Amir Faklan. And Aga Kashmiri wanted to say something for 2 minutes to the brothers Iranians and the Arabs. Do we still have Arab and Iranian brothers? Can we have a show of hands? We have 4. Baki inshallah. Okay, so inshallah, we will now invite and conclude. Before the dua of Sahib Zaman, I would like to invite Brother Amir Sablain to conclude and announce. Who are the brothers who are announcing the names? Please, say aloud salawat. Last but not least, most importantly, all of you, my brothers and sisters, thank you very much for attending, giving us the time. I know sometimes these events are not, the regular majalis. These are special events where the training and upliftment of the entire community is intended. And therefore they can be very long and sometimes be boring, but they are geared to improve and enhance your abilities to lead the community. And they were intended for the community leaders. Thank you very much for listening to me. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.